Alright, I am back, if only but for a moment.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm doing important stuff, I ask that I don't usually require push to talk, but try not to talk over me when I'm reading a wall of text because then it'll trip me up and I'll be like, son of a bitch.
It's also really
Don't be afraid to cut me off, though. Like, if I'm explaining something and you want your character to do something, start talking, and I'll stop talking and let you guys do your
Oh,
thing.
don't you worry.
All right, so is everybody ready?
Yes.
Are we picking up Chris or no?
He hasn't messaged me at all. If he wants to start working on a character, tell him to email me his
Message you his email.
Message me his email. I'll invite him to the game, and he can start working on a character. And when he's done, I can look over it real quick during a break and drop him into the game. It's real easy to add players. But for right now, I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold things up, and I just want to go. So
get the ball rolling.
Yep.
I need like 2 more minutes. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
You're good.
It's all right.
Like it gives us time to.
Holding up the game.
He hasn't even entered into the Discord, so I don't know what the fuck.
Why we wait though? See that video in the lobby?
I am gonna watch that video.
I'll watch this video together. I'll count us down.
Brought to you by paid advertisement.
We know who's ready.
Welcome to Dice.
We all ready?
One will be talking about the noble Dungeons and Dragons. Anytime you're trying to
Or just watch it whenever. All right.
so with a point-sided die. So picking the right one is important.
There he is.
The 20s have a probability of landing in each side.
I need to give him rules.
About the same probability. These people are either lying to themselves or more likely lying to their super. We'll get into that later. Dice have personality, and it's important to scout those personalities out before committing to any die. In lesson 1, we'll be covering the most important technique for any RPG player, scout. If you see a person at the counter rolling all the dice they might buy, you know you're looking at the floor. The scout a die's personality twice, and it'll usually follow one to follow you. A dwarf. These are dice that hit the table and stop rolling. Dwarfs generally land 2 numbers to the right of where they stand in the palm. They're the dice of cheaters and so maybe 2 high rolls on an ugly die reveals a diamond in the rough. Quietly, these are the ideal dice for important saves, even if they don't match the rest. Now 2 numbers above 10 that aren't too high, that's a fresh die. These make training. But we'll talk about
Fuck, it's almost hotter than me out here.
results in 2 low numbers. Don't worry, there's still hope for a pro.
It is officially ice pack on balls hot in this room, boys.
I'm done. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. All right. So, here we go, guys. Let me do voice. Feel free to turn down in-game sounds if you need to. It can get pretty loud.
Good. Blow out my eardrums. Let's go.
Some of them will. Okay, so the 4 of you. It says the 4 of you are in the city of Neverwinter when their dwarf patron and friend, Gundren Rockseeker, hires them to escort a wagon to Phandelver. Gundren has gone ahead with a warrior, Sildar Hallwinter, to attend to business in the town while the characters follow with the supplies. You will each be paid 10 gold pieces by the owner of Barthen's Provisions in Phandelver when they deliver the wagon safely to the trading post. This adventure will be taking place in the Forgotten Realms. It is one of my absolute favorite settings. If any of you have played Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, anything like that, it was set in Faerun and the Forgotten Realms.
I'll say, are you talking about like D&D Neverwinter?
Yes.
Like the MMO?
Yes.
I played the hell out of that.
That's most of those places in there are actual places in D&D as well.
Ironically, I was also a tank.
So, known roads in Faerun may be well-traveled, but they aren't necessarily safe. Fell magic, deadly monsters, and cruel local rulers are all perils that you face when you travel in the Forgotten Realms. Even farms and freeholds within a day's walk of a city can fall prey to monsters, and no place is safe from the sudden wrath of a dragon. So I told you about the Gundren. He's asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple days travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to the trading post. He set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. I need to know your guys' marching order. You're going to be on a wagon, so I need to know the positions that each character is sitting on the wagon. You can walk next to it. I need a driver, and some people can sit in the wagon if they'd like.
My bitch ass is sitting on the wagon. I'm too old for that crap. Walking.
One second, I got to get onto that map. So I need Amadeus. You're riding in the wagon, correct?
Yes, Amadeus is indeed.
Amadeus, okay. Who's driving? Somebody's got to drive.
Well, if Amadeus is in the wagon, he can fucking drive the thing.
I may not be good at it, but I'll give it a
And anybody can. It's led by an oxen. It's a real friendly oxen. There's no issues with having to drive the wagon. It's super easy.
I'll drive it.
All right. So then, Avo, you said you're to the left of the wagon.
I'll be on the right, walking.
Riyadh on the right, walking. Cog, where would you like to be?
I'm usually following the wagon,
Following the wagon.
walking behind it. Do we have a driver?
Yes.
Okay.
Amadeus. I'm gonna butcher that name all the hell.
Amadeus.
Amadeus. Just like the song.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Amadeus. So,
My token's broke already.
nice.
This is starting out great.
This is good. This is good.
So go ahead and take this time to. You guys are on this wagon. You're about to be traveling, or you're actually already on the Tribor Trail, and you guys take it from here.
What's in the wagon? Like if I'm looking
provisions
at it, like, covered up. Or...
It's the wagon's not covered. It's exposed to the elements. Inside there are many boxes and crates, all sealed up with the stamp of Barthen's Provisions, their logo, on the side of them. And I mean, it's a wagon full.
Man, I'm so curious what's inside.
You absolutely can open it if you'd like. You can open up a box. Would you like to?
And I do so without making it obvious that I looked inside the box?
You can. Would you like to use your crowbar, or are you just trying to pry with a dagger?
Crowbar it. Silently.
Whichever is less likely to do damage, I think. What kind of wood is it?
It's a normal crate that would hold provisions, things like that. Normal thickness. It doesn't look like sturdy, but you get the feeling that if you were to push one out of this moving wagon, even though it's slow, the box would definitely break.
So if I used a crowbar, it would look more like it's been opened a million times before because it's that type of box, right? Where
Yes.
The dagger might be more obvious.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to pry one open with my crowbar then.
Okay, go ahead. Since you're trying to be stealthy about it, I need you to make... I think you can just click crowbar in the character sheet. If not, make a strength check and a sleight of hand check.
So crowbar, if that doesn't work, then strength?
Yeah, just a normal strength check.
Yeah, I can't click crowbar.
With advantage because you're using a crowbar.
Okay, so strength. How do I do advantage?
It'll do it automatically. That's how I have the dice set up. So if you just roll strength, it'll do both the rolls, and we take the higher number. Yeah, 20 definitely will open that bitch. Now, sleight of hand to see if anybody notices what you're doing.
I just want to say that only took a couple seconds to get a fucking...
So, you guys, not really knowing each other, you were each approached by Gundren in different parts of the city. You guys had taverns and notice boards, had all came together to do this job. Some of you may have been aware that it was a group job. Others may have thought, well, shit, I didn't think there'd be people with me. But here you are. So walking behind this wagon is. Do you have your hood up or down, Cog?
I mean, like, I'm a tiefling, so probably up. Just
All right. So he's got his hood up and he takes this crowbar out. Nobody's really paying attention, and then the three of you just hear this god awful like as a nail gets stuck in this crate as he's trying to open it. The crate is definitely open, but it made enough noise that everybody's aware that something's going on in the back of the wagon.
I'll turn around and quickly see what the hell's going on.
You see one of your fellow adventurers with a crowbar in hand prying open a box.
How familiar am I with the party? Like, do I know everyone's names, or do I have to, like...
No, you don't. You guys have never met.
I'll turn around and, What on earth, you fuck... And I'll stop the wagon here. Hands off the merchandise, you cur!
Cog?
I guess I respond with, you gotta be curious. Come on, man. We're just gonna look. We'll close it back up.
Of course we will, but you're gonna do it with a fucking crowbar? It's the damage you've done already.
I didn't do any damage. I know what I'm doing.
I'll look a little closer.
You know you're curious. Should we look?
It's probably best if we don't. You
What
get
if it's
killed
dangerous?
like this.
What if it's dangerous? We gotta look. Might be radioactive. We might be dying.
Radio what?
I don't know. It could be magical.
There you go.
It could be a magical field that's affecting us. We should check.
I'd like to make a Arcana check, see if it's like warded and protected, that kind of thing. Like if there's something maybe magical that is being...
Go ahead.
What was it?
Are you just looking at like just the boxes for like a glow, or the one that he's opened?
Is it opened already?
The one that he cried with a crowbar, damn straight it's open.
Okay, yeah, then I'll
Just
look,
the one.
I'll look at the contents in it, since it's already open.
Okay, so as you look into the box and you spread out your arcane senses, nothing really blips back to you. As you look into the box, there's some food items and just normal stuff you'd find in a trading post. Rations, bed rolls, things like that in that crate.
Well, it's all mundane, that's for damn sure. You're probably gonna hurt someone's lunch. We might as well close it.
I chime in quickly, asking if there's any meat in there.
There are rations, yes.
I don't think we should be eating the goods. That might get our pay docked.
Then shut the box before I get into it myself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you guys want to close the box up,
Yeah.
hammer it back in?
I'll hammer it back closed with my crowbar.
Alrighty. So he takes the lid, sets it on top of the box, and just boom, 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 nails her back in. It kind of looks like it's been tampered with, but with the rest of the boxes and in the condition they're in, no one would probably be the wiser.
What do you think, guys? Should we keep looking through them all?
It's pure luck you didn't damage this one. I don't know if we should risk it.
What are you so worried about?
Get my pay docked.
Not you.
I'm just curious. Just who I am.
If you're worried that there's evil or anything in there, I can sense it if you'd like. Otherwise, leave them closed.
Go for it.
I'll use a divine sense.
Oh, you want to use divine sense where you're at on the trail right now?
Yep.
Okay. Anytime you want to use something like that, put it in the chat box because I do not have every spell and everything memorized, so that way I can give it a quick glimpse. Yeryemya, whisper me what type of creature it is so I can give you a token for it. And yes, it can have been done beforehand. So as you guys are talking amongst each other and hopefully introducing each other soon and explaining what you look like, Riyadh, you send out this divine sense and looking for things and that you're familiar with and all of that. And as you come back to from your little meditation while walking, you open your eyes and didn't get a blip on anything.
Well, there's nothing evil or otherwise ominous about these boxes, so I don't feel we need to worry. It's probably all just food and provisions.
Paying us 10 gold apiece to travel, to take this thing where it's going. There's got to be something way more valuable than that in here. Like, way more valuable.
Food is the lifeblood of any nation. Dangers on the road are hard to be overcome for cheap.
Can this wagon hold 50 gold worth of... Or wait, how many of us are there?
As you look at the wagon and how big it is and how many boxes there are, yeah, it can definitely hold 50 gold worth of shit in that wagon.
Man.
With my experience of being a guild member, would I be able to give a rough estimate of like the value of everything here?
From what your guild's a part of, not really. I mean, you know of provisions, you've been in stores and stuff, and you know some prices, but with the amount of boxes in the back of this wagon, you wouldn't really be able to get a good idea. Now, if it was more towards the things that your guild represented, yes, but not so much here.
All right.
If you get what I'm saying.
Well, the guy who hired us started off by saying that they found something amazing and they needed it protected. So I'm assuming it's not just provisions. It has to be something if he told us that. But if you guys don't want to look, that's fine. Fair enough. All right, I'll leave him alone.
Okay.
We good then?
Yeah.
All right.
Good, just hungry.
I'll whip the cart back in motion.
All right. So you give him a quick little whoosh, yeah, and the cart moving slowly again because it is heavily laden down and being pulled by an ox. You guys, anything else? Moving on.
Just walking.
You're always paying attention to your medallion. Don't you need to make a check? Okay. All right. Because you have to make a cast to actually use, or a DC to actually use it. Right. Yeryemya, message me the name of your thing I just gave you again so I can change it. Because I can't find it in our... Because I know you told me the name, but I can't find it. What's the perception on this thing?
The thing I sent you.
Yes, like you have it. It's oh no, you guys aren't on this map yet. You'll have it soon. You're familiar. I need you to spell what it's named because I can't find where it's at. Thank you. So while I fix your guys' tokens and before we go to the next map, just give a brief description of what each of your characters look like. That way everybody has a good idea of who they're traveling with. I don't care who starts.
I would say you just want to start it from the top. Amadeus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, pizza.
He's on pizza, so next. 13. armor, weapons that are visible? You do. No, you do have 2. The hand crossbow is easily concealed if you don't want that out for everybody to see. Okay. Okay. Cool. In the shape of a... Very nice. Now, Cog, go ahead and describe what you look like to everybody.
I am a purple skinned tiefling and about 6 foot, 200 pounds ish. I am wearing very normal clothes because I need to blend in. Other than that, I have a rapier, daggers, and a short bow. That's pretty much about me.
Nice. Riyadh, go ahead.
I'm a half-orc standing at about 6'4", weighing 275 pounds with not an ounce of fat on me. Fair light green skin, deep sapphire blue eyes, and a well-shaven head. For a man of my size, rather a half-orc, I'm still seen as rather handsome once the fear of my sheer size quells down. I have dark blue tribal tattoos across my face, head, and parts of my upper torso, symbolizing my military rank and prowess. I wearing chainmail. I have a great sword slung across my back, as well as a warhammer on my hip, and a sling of 5 javelins as well on my back.
Very nice. Amadeus, are you ready?
I'm about 5'5", 5'6", something like that. 60-year-old man. Old as fuck, long gray hair, long, sort of scraggly, unkept beard. I'm just wearing simple, like light blue, grayish traveler's clothes, and I have a cloth satchel. And with me is just a stick.
Very nice. I do believe that is everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys over now. And then do some flavor reading. Do not move any tokens or anything yet, please.
See ya.
You've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. What are you doing? Make a perception check.
Along with that, does my familiar see anything?
Give me a second. I will let you know.
Thank you.
Oh, you fuck. Okay, so your familiar from where it is sitting right now does not see anything out of a miss. It's still perched on your shoulder right now. You haven't sent it to fly or anything, correct?
He would be in the air scanning.
You're able to move him. He is controlled by you. Move him up to his fly speed to where you would want him.
I'll send him up in the air and sort of over the thing.
Like I said, you get to move him. I'm not doing that for you.
You not see the battle map. It's just black right now.
Oh,
It's black.
my mistake. Let me fix that.
Can't see.
Can you see now?
No.
That's right.
I only see black.
Son of a
I
bitch.
think you have the
Dynamic lighting's fucked up. Give me a sec. I'm giving you guys vision now. You don't have night vision because human save. Can you see now, Amadeus?
I see the token, but I do not see a radius around it. You'll have to give me a radius.
Fucking shit.
Well, on the bright side, once you get this done, it's done.
Right.
Session zeros are your thing for a reason.
Say 30.
That's 30 for a human prison.
Yeah.
Still nada. There it is. Now I see.
Night vision. You have night vision up to 60.
My familiar need a sight radius for me as well.
Okay. Sorry, I should have had this done already.
I don't know if you care, but I do see the sight radius of Riyadh.
You see what?
The sight radius of Riyadh. It expanded when you gave him something.
Oh, that's weird. Huh. That's probably his dark vision, because I'm doing this the cheap way instead of the right way, and then I'll fix it for our next session.
Fair.
I'm just having everybody emit light instead of, because I hate dynamic lighting and playing with it, because it's a pain in the ass.
Fair enough.
All right, that should be everybody. Your Raven needed. What was that? Vision? I believe Ravens have dark vision. Yes, no?
Unstated. I assume they don't. So,
Okay. Then
what? Every other creature in existence is a 30. So,
yeah. On to 30. Save. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Everybody should be able to see now. I don't think you guys can see the dead horses I explained yet. But, anyways. Actually, we're just going to move the wagon up a little bit. So then that makes sense with everything. I'm moving you guys. There. Horses. Boom.
not for me.
Okay. Can you all see the dead horses right here?
Yeah.
No.
I do not. Here, let me just. You said I have an opportunity to fly my Raven.
Yeah.
I will fly your Raven over it.
Oh, that's why. My bad.
There we go.
30.
Fly speed.
Save. And then who else said they couldn't? Riyadh?
No, I can. I see them
You
fine.
can? Avo?
I can see it now, but it's not within my circle. It looks like it's somebody else's circle.
Yeah.
But I should have 60 feet of dark vision, and 60 feet I should be able to see the dead horses.
Yes. It's bright light right now. This is why I hate dynamic lighting. Like, this is supposed to be like daylight, and it's trying to say that it's dark.
I'm certain you can designate a whole map to be dynamic and some not to be.
Well, Roll20
Like
hates
Fog of
me.
War.
Yes, yeah. All right, so back to it. Sorry about that. Your Raven doesn't see anything. Avo, with your perception check, you notice over here in these bushes a slight rustling. What are you guys doing?
Whoa!
With the whoa, the cart comes to a stop. The ox is looking around and snorting. And with that, everybody roll initiative. As goblins coming out of some of the shrubbery. Since you did warn your party technically, they will not get a surprise round because you've seen the rustling and pointed it out. I need to go here. Grab you, move you to there. Token. Token. Make sure you I'll move it. You have to have your token clicked before you roll initiative.
So should I roll
You have to
again?
be.
Yeah.
You need
My
Yeah,
initial roll was. You want my
Roll-
initial roll for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna move your initial rolls to it.
Okay.
And then I need to get your guys' initiative here.
You see my initial roll?
Where is my initiative counter? There it is.
I have no luck
Oh,
when
it
it
did
comes
take
to
it.
starts
Alright,
of engagements.
Avo with a original of 16. Cog got a 21.
The Raven 21.
Okay. The Raven did not show up in my turn order.
A little weird.
Riyadh with a 0. I'll get it though.
It's so bad. Why?
Amadeus, you're still not in my turn order, so make sure that your
Oh,
token is clicked and then hit initiative. There you are. And your original one was a 12.
thanks, look at that.
Do you have to
same
roll
thing, cool.
again for your Raven?
I can do the Raven because I can control it.
Okay. Sure.
3,
That's actually pretty cool.
4. I got them. I just need the Raven.
0.
And what did he originally get? A 21?
Yeah.
Put this in order. Cog, what's your dexterity modifier?
My modifier.
Yep, because whenever there's a tie in initiative, I go off of dexterity modifier to break the tie and see who goes first. You're tied with the Raven.
+2.
Same's the Raven.
Cog, roll a 1d2. So /roll space 1d2.
Is your dex a 15 or a 14?
Wait, what? My
His is a 15. Yeah.
Is a 15? The Raven's a 14. So
Okay, cool. So that means Cog's going to go before the Raven. Turn order is set. Cog, what are you doing? 4 goblins just popped out. They're they have swords. These 2 up here have swords drawn. These 2 back here. You can't really. How far is it? Where's this? From you. Yeah, you can't really tell what they have back there.
Well, I'm gonna stealth first.
Okay. That's going to be your whole action, just so you know.
That's
Because you
my
didn't
entire
tell me
action.
beforehand. All right, so go ahead and roll stealth as you hide.
Find it.
Oof. So you start trying to duck underneath the wagon, and you keep poking your head out, but you're making a whole lot of noise. That unfortunately was a natural one. You get the feeling you're not very hidden. You still have movement. I don't think you have a bonus action yet.
How much do I have? My full movement?
Yeah, you have your full movement.
I'm probably just gonna move up here behind someone else because I'm not much for that.
Yeah.
Let me. Man, stuff's so small.
There's on the right hand side, right beside the chat box, there's a slider that you can adjust the distance on the map to where you can bring things in closer.
I know, I can do that with my mouse too.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I'm old. I'm just gonna move down here behind Riyadh.
Okay.
You're now my human shield, or whatever race you are.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I'll pass.
All right. It is the Ravens' turn, Yeryemya.
I will the Raven fly over to. Let's see here. Do we see the hand crossbow on Ava?
Yes, you do. He said he wasn't hiding it like at all, not making any attempt to. So yeah, you can tell he's got a ranged weapon. Cog also has a short bow on his back.
We will. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fly the Raven to myself.
Okay.
And I have it take the help action with me.
That's why you have a fucking Raven. Anything else?
That will be the Raven's turn.
Okay. It is the Goblin's turn. He will move to the closest person he can see. As he jumps out of the bushes, he stands 3 foot tall, coming barely up to your knee, Riyadh, and you just hear him go, Give me your money. As he then makes a weapon attack with his scimitar. As he brings this scimitar to bear towards you, you can see it's rusted and chipped in spots, and he swings it straight at your midsection. And as it comes close to you, it hits your side and just ting right off of your armor. This
Weak.
one. Who said weak?
Me.
Ah.
Riyadh.
So after hearing that taunt, his buddy is going to come up to this part of the ridge, pull out his short bow, make an attack. 15 should hit you. No, 15 does not. So he pulls back this short bow after he watched his buddy just a scimitar deflect straight off of your chainmail. He pulls the arrow, knocks the arrow, pulls it back, shoots it at you, comes straight in for your chest, and again, just ting! As the arrow hits, you're knocked back a step, but your armor's fine, didn't do any damage, as the arrow falls down to your feet, and the goblin's looking at you and just, Any of you speak goblin?
Nada.
No. So the goblin then
disappointing.
the goblin then shouts to its companions just some gibberish that none of you understand. And that is this one is going to
Might not.
Oh,
speak
my monsters
goblin,
all have the
they
same
fucked up.
initiative order, by the way. Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. Nope, you have no idea. This one, seeing both of its companions fail horribly to hurt this just monstrous in their eyes, very tall, looking like the immediate threat, half-orc. And there is a hierarchy, so don't think I'm just singling you out, Riyadh. There's a reason.
I know.
Pulls his short bow out and is also going to shoot at you. Ooh, that's going to hit. For 23, he pulls out this arrow. It's like he specially selected this one. It comes out and it hits the sunlight and it glints razor sharp as he pulls it back, shoots it towards you. And as it streaks out, you can see he's kind of struggling with where it's aiming, and he just lets go. And it looked at one point like he was aiming straight for your neck, and then the draw weight of the bow got to be too much, and it dipped down as this arrow comes streaking in and plants itself straight into your thigh, just with a thunk, as you take 3 piercing damage. Oh, cool, you're going to adjust your own health. I like it. Is then this one's turn. That would be difficult terrain, so we're going to
That's more like it.
Here. And 30 feet. Sorry, Keith.
It's my job.
It's nobody else has been a threat.
It's my job.
So he's gonna pull his short bow out. Good thing he didn't have advantage. Pulls it back, another sharp looking arrow, shoots it at you for 8 piercing damage. As this one streaks in and nails you center of your chest, and funk, sinking in deeply, you're That is the goblin's turn. Avo, you're up. If you go near the oxen, I would consider it difficult terrain to try to get underneath it or over it. You can, however, go around it. Like, this route is absolutely open. Like, you could go here and then around. Okay. Unless you're trying to, like, vault over it or something, which I'd give you an athletics check or an acrobatics check for. If you want to go that route, to try to make it not difficult terrain. But if... Okay. All right. Cool. Alrighty. Go ahead and make an attack. Longsword two-hand with an 8. So you pull your longsword out and you go to swing down on him. And this is one of the first times you've seen a goblin before. You've dealt with other creatures with your background and stuff, but mostly beasts and monstrosities. You've never really messed with a goblin as they kind of stick to their own caves, stuff like that. So they're much more nimble than you originally anticipated. And as your sword comes down, he definitely steps to the side and then looks up at you. Not fast enough. Anything else? All right. Amadeus. You're up.
I'll firebolt the archer. Right up there.
With advantage because of the help action.
Yes. I'll see if I can put this right because I forgot you can do this for this one.
Oof. Oh, thank God for advantage, right?
Look at that advantage. Oh.
So you guys see this older gentleman, or do you want to flavor your own stuff? It's completely up to you. Okay, so you guys see this older gentleman sitting on the wagon seat, hasn't even really got up yet from driving the wagon. And you see this raven's been circling around him or landing on his shoulder. You guys get the feeling that it's his pet. And you see this raven streak out to the goblin and hover over this goblin's head as Amadeus raises his hand. Is your fire any particular color, or is it just normal, like the orange? Okay. And you see this little ball of orange fire just streak out from his hand and nail this goblin. Roll for damage. If you just click firebolt, yeah, you know.
Doesn't do it.
For 4 damage as this goblin's chest is just igniting. You hear him rolling on the ground. He quickly stands back up and he's panting out little spots of fire on him, and he's just wild-eyed and looking scared. He takes 4 fire damage.
Would I have the opportunity to stand up and attempt an intimidation check, or am I done?
Intimidation. The way I rule things is, see, you weren't here for this. Combat, 10 rounds of combat equals 1 minute. So you can use your free action to yell at creatures or your companions. Just keep in mind, your turn in real time is about 6 seconds. So choose carefully. If you try to say something very big, I'm not going to let it happen. But if it's a few words, yes. And if it sounds like it's and you role play it to where it's intimidating or persuasive or anything like that, I won't make it cost an action or a bonus action. It all depends on how you role play it.
So after that firebolt and noticing the goblin sitting there trying to pat it out, I will sit up from my chair and I will belt out, "Flee or perish!"
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. And you will see what happens on the next turn. Anything else? Are you moving? You still have all your movement. You have stood up, though, but that's half of your
I'm
movement.
going to get off
the
wagon and I'm going to stand behind it ever so slightly for cover.
Perfect. You are now considered half covered from, by the looks of it, all of them. The oxen might get hit by something now, just so you're aware.
I'm here for the cargo, not the oxen.
Riyadh, you're up.
All right, I'm going to chuck a javelin. How do I do the pingy thing?
If you just hold your left click button over where you want to ping. There you go.
So,
what's the range on your javelin? I'm sure 30 feet's fine. 30? It's exactly 30? Okay, cool.
Yep. So,
15. You pull your javelin up, you start sighting it in, and right as you're about to throw it, the goblin at your feet tries to swing his scimitar again, and it bounces off your knee with just enough force that it makes your javelin go wide, and as you let loose, the javelin soars right past the goblin. 15 misses. Anything else? Movement?
no, but I
No.
give the goblin in front of me an intimidating stare and a snarl, trying to intimidate him.
Go ahead and roll intimidation. with a 16. So that's 2 of them that might be. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Cog, you're up.
All right. I am going to move up next to this one close to me and attack it with my rapier. I guess sneak attack, is that right?
Absolutely. You have an ally within 5 feet of you.
So I'm going to move there.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack with my rapier.
22 hits. As you pull out this rapier, you go to stab down straight towards the goblin. Roll damage with sneak attack. Holy shit. That's max damage. For 13 damage, you guys have kind of been floundering, trying to hit these things. They're way more nimble than you thought, and they're just shooting arrows and everything. You guys watch as Cognizar just walks up calmly, pulls this rapier out, and perfectly stabs this goblin in front of Riyadh that's been harassing him, straight in the middle of his throat, as he just lets out a surprised and then falls to the ground dead. Anything else, Cognizar?
I don't think I have anything left to do.
You still have movement if you want it. You could try to move to get cover behind the wagon. You could try to get closer to an enemy if you want. There's all kinds of things.
Hold on. How do I ping?
Just hold left click mouse over wherever you're trying to ping at. It's just literally hold. Yeah, there you go.
Is that a bush right there? So if I moved right here, would I be partially covered?
It is not that big of a bush.
Oh, damn it.
Well, no. If you crouch down far enough, but I'm going to consider you prone if you're trying to get cover from it. And that would take half your movement to get back up.
Right next to 2 of my party members. I think I'll just stay put.
Okay. Perfect. So anything else?
No, that should do it.
Cool. Raven.
Raven. Sorry for
Raven.
push talk.
Oh, no, you're good.
This Raven will fly over to Avo now and
That's so
help
Raven.
him.
So the Raven is with Avo help action.
Yes.
Perfect. Goblin's turn. This one is going to. His eyes are kind of darting left and right. His skin's still smoldering as he literally watches this tiefling demon in his eyes perfectly stab his brother straight through the neck and pull it back out. What did you get on yours? He's gonna looks over to his other companions and sees them, gives a knowing nod, pulls his short bow, draws the short bow string, and takes a shot at Cognizar for a 19. That hits for 2 piercing as the goblin pulls the bow back, sights it into you, Cognizar, as you're pulling the rapier out of the goblin's neck. You feel an arrow streak in and glance off your shoulder. It didn't stick into the shoulder, but it was deep enough that it cut into your shoulder. You take 4 piercing damage.
4 or 2?
Or it's 4 because they have modifiers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not showing you how much what I'm rolling, is it?
Nope.
It was yesterday. Anyways, that was his turn. This one is going to move up. Unseat another rather rough-looking scimitar. And swing. 20, that's a hit. Damage for 5. So he unsees the scimitar and stabs right at your belly. Your armor stops most of it, but the point ends up breaking some of them chain links, and about an inch or 2 of that scimitar goes into your stomach as you're as you take 5 slashing damage. Yeah. And then this goblin here 25. Short bow out, lines up to try and hit. Yeah. Oh, you're still going to get fourth cover, which I think is a 1 to your AC.
It's, I think, 2?
Full half covers. Hold on, let me look at the rules real
Give me
quick.
half free cover total.
Yeah, you don't have total or half because he moved. If he wouldn't have moved,
3/4 is more effective. Half is +2, 3/4 is 5. I'm just looking it up right now.
okay. You're not total 3/4. I'd say you have half, so plus
Plus
2 to
two.
bonus. Yeah. Oh, I clicked the wrong tab. As he looks up at the goblin at the ridge, and then looks to you, and realizing that you're a much more immediate threat than what his others were going for, draws back on his short bow, looses an arrow. Click, damn it. There it goes. That is a 15.
It meets, it beats.
The damn right. So as this arrow comes streaking in, it actually hits the oxen, but it just glances off him. The arrow tip didn't hit, but as it's going by, a slight shift in the wind pushed the arrow down, and it deflects off the oxen and just completely careeners into over here, not even close to hitting you. With that, it is Avo's turn. Make your longsword attack with advantage because you have been helped by a raven. As this raven is circling around, it notices which one you're going for, and kind of it's keeping the goblin's attention on it instead of you. And as you swing down with the longsword, can you ping which one you wanted again? Sorry. Top one, cool. Your longsword comes down, and go ahead and roll damage because that definitely hits. For 9 slash. As you swipe your sword in a horizontal motion right at neck level for it, and it's like your longsword doesn't even meet any resistance at all as it bites into the neck, clean out the other side, and the goblin's head just goes careening into the distance as he is now very, very dead. Intimidation check. Anything else? Alrighty. Amadeus.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
You're up top.
Alrighty. As you kind of position your hand on the seat you were just sitting on to stabilize it and give you a clear shot, you guys see this fire swirls of like sparks starting to form around his hand as he rolls firebolt. Oh yeah. So go ahead and roll damage. And the firebolt you guys seen last time was about the size of a baseball as it struck out from his hand. This one you guys notice is about the size of a softball, as it seems like he is concentrated, his eyes are squinting, and you can tell he's really channeling his magic force as that firebolt just streaks out and nails this goblin straight in his face. All of his hair instantly combusts, and he's bald now, and just blackened face. And as he tumbles down to the ground, you guys notice bits of skull where the skin was just completely burned off as he falls down to the ground, very dead.
Oh, I got him!
Anything else?
Knowing that the goblin has a shot on me, I'm going to actually now retreat to the back of the wagon.
Okay. Very wizard-like thing to do.
Run!
All right, with that, it is Riyadh's turn.
I'm gonna take my chances throwing another javelin at the last remaining little twat to redeem myself for the first one I missed. Now that nobody's there to mess with me.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll. Oof. So, once again, you bring your javelin up, and as you go to throw it, just the wounds that you've suffered are throbbing, and you're feeling tired, and you just... Oh, you take a sigh as you release this javelin, and it misses completely.
have to work on your aim, friend.
Level 1's rough, man. Don't be discouraged. Anything else, Riyadh?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Let's see. Why is that thing always weird for me?
What thing?
Like whenever I try to fucking measure how far I'm moving, it's always out of whack.
Oh, I don't know. It could be my grid layout.
I have no idea. I'm gonna move beside Avo.
Perfect. That it?
Yep.
Cool. Cognizar, you're up.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to move up here next to this bastard, and I'm gonna stick my rapier right into his chest.
Alrighty.
Can I move there?
Yep. Allies, I don't rule ally spaces occupied as difficult terrain because they're your allies. If you were to come up and you're like, "Oh, excuse me, trying to come through," most of your friends will step aside and kind of work with you to get you to where you're going. Enemies, on the other hand, especially dead bodies, are considered difficult terrain because you're trying to step over shit and they're trying to block you. Make sense?
Just half speed, right?
Yeah. But you're
I mean, I'm
good.
still well within
Yeah,
my 30
yeah,
yards, 30
yeah.
feet, so. All right, so rapier, and I have
Mhm.
sneak attack because they're near me.
20 hits, roll damage. As you guys see this glint in Cognizar's eyes, he brings back his rapier once again, and just in a normal fencing stance, you see him just jab out quickly, one arm kind of tucked behind him, as this rapier enters this goblin's eye, dead center, pierces his brain. Cognizar quickly pulls the rapier back out as the goblin falls over, very dead. And that will get us out of initiative, since all enemies are dead. And what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna limp around and collect my 2 missed throwing javelins.
All right.
Search the bodies.
Okay. Which, go up whichever one you want.
Probably the one I just killed.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to see if it's something the module said they have or if it's something I just do. Okay, apparently it's just something for me. So the one at your feet that you just killed, we'll say has 5 copper pieces on them. It also has a scimitar that is a very crude and rough-looking scimitar and a very beat-up short bow. We'll say 5 arrows with it.
I mean, I think I'll take the arrows, but I don't want the rest of it other than the copper. Arrows and the copper.
Okay, so add 5 copper to your character sheet as well as 5 arrows. Remember, weight. You have weight limits. I do use encumbrance. Arrows aren't very heavy, though. Anybody else doing anything?
We'll call up.
Okay. Avo picks a javelin up, hands it to you, Riyadh.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
I'll summon-
Riyadh inquires about Avo's wound on his shoulder. Asks him how it is, if he needs any help patching that up. Can I use 2 lay of hands on him?
Absolutely. As
Alright.
you guys see Riyadh's hand glow in this golden light, he slaps it onto Avo's shoulder. You get 2 points of healing, Avo.
Riyadh suggests to Avo, since his legs are in better condition than mine, go check the horses.
Move your tokens as what you're doing.
I'll send Florette over there to assist him.
Okay. So, as you start to bend down, you see the raven fluttering around the dead horses as well. Kind of, you get there's more intelligence to this raven than the average raven that you're used to dealing with, as it's pointing its beak to certain parts of the horse for you to check, kind of trying to nudge you along. Make an investigation check with advantage. 23, yeah, that'll do it.
Why is it I giving you advantage twice now? But you always succeed over one of the
Right.
You bastard.
Broken.
So as you get down close to these horses and you're inspecting them, you identify and can tell that the horses are the ones that you've seen Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwints are leaving on. They've been dead for about a day, and it's clear that the arrows that are sticking through their bodies are what killed the horses. As you closer inspect the arrows, you notice they are the same ones that the goblins have been firing at you. Go ahead. You do. You notice that there are drag marks leading from the horse that start here. And let me get my ruler because you made a really good investigation check. Come up there, and then it looks like it starts moving off in this direction. If you were to get closer, you'd probably be able to tell. There is clear blood on the drag marks where the grass is flattened. As you continue searching the horses, you come across the saddlebags, and as you open them up, you notice that they have been looted. Nearby lies an empty leather map case. Like, the map case is on the ground, the cap's off, you can clearly see that there's nothing in it. Mm-hmm. Add a leather map case to your treasure part, because I don't think there's an actual item for it.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
So, okay.
They're robber goblins, and that one didn't have crap on him, so either they really suck or their loot is somewhere else.
It must be somewhere else. I'll call my raven to my finger. I'll look at it and I'll say, "Go now. Find what you see. Come back in an hour." And I will send it off in the direction of the tracks. The direction to come back in 1 hour.
Right. If you guys would like, since he sent the raven off to investigate things for an hour, you can take this opportunity to take a short rest if you would like.
Sounds
Up
like
to
a
you.
plan.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Recover on a short rest.
On a short rest, you can roll up to however many hit dice that you have. And whatever, so each of you are level 1, you have 1 hit dice. It's on your character sheet. You roll it, it expands the hit dice, and whatever you roll is however much you heal up. Any class features or resources that say that you get them back on a short rest, do so. Cog, you heal, or who roll? Avo, you heal up 3 additional hit points.
I just click hit dice to roll.
Mm-hmm. Cog, Riyadh, you get 6. Cog, you get 8. Damn.
But I can only go up to max, right?
Yeah.
Damn! Spare the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, while we're on our rest, can I also use like my last 3 lay on hands for myself?
Absolutely.
So you're aware, almighty DM.
That'll put me up to 10.
Mm-hmm.
The raven, I can only see through its eyes and hear what it hears when it's within 100 feet, so I will not know anything until I get back to it.
Okay. Do you want to make a survival check with the... No, because you're seeing through it, so you'd use your stats.
And no, beyond it, so it would be its stats at this point.
Its stats, if you, since it's in, you can choose investigation or survival to try to see what's going on.
Raven has -4 int, so that's going to be survival.
That's why I said either survival or investigation.
While we're doing this hour of waiting, can I do a little foraging for medicinal herbs?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Would that be nature or medicine?
You're looking for herbs.
For medicinal herbs.
I will give you a nature check first to see if you see any herbs, and then to identify the herbs would be a medicine check. Nope, you don't see any herbs.
What is my rolls, man?
It happens.
This one's already been checked.
That one's been checked. We'll say 8 copper on this one. This one's actually got a silver piece. It was tucked away in a hidden pocket. This one, we'll say 2 copper. Add that to your character sheet. Each one of them has a scimitar and a short bow that are in like just simple weapon degrading condition. Like you look at this and you're like, why the fuck would anybody use this?
Especially if they call them scimitars.
Right.
Scimitars.
Riyadh, add a silver piece.
Plus one, sir.
Oh, fuck. One had 5, I think. The other I said 2, so 7. Don't know. There's 4 people here. There you go. Yep. Amadeus, he hands you some copper.
Yeah, no thank you. I do not need your charity.
Ah. Alrighty. Anybody else want to do anything with your short rest time?
Anybody want to play a game of cards?
I think that's.
Wait to do that because I actually have a mini game with the cards, but I didn't have a chance to set it up. Like we can literally play poker, 3-card Annie with dice and stuff like that. I just need time to set it up.
I will sit with
I mean, we could quote unquote play it if they agree to kind of pass the time.
Okay, that's fine. What were you doing, Amadeus?
I'm gonna find a nice stump, take a seat, and grab my pipe and start smoking it.
Nice. So with that, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. I gotta pee, and I'm gonna try to get. Remus, are you set up and ready? Like, do you have a character sheet and everything? Like something that you could make real quick?
Copy that. I already sent it to you.
Oh, sweet. So I'm gonna add him in real quick because this is a really good spot to add another party member. So
along the road or some shit.
Yeah, no, literally, he's just gonna come across you. Like Ben said, he also took the job. He slept in, and he's literally gonna come hauling ass down the road as you guys are sitting around a bunch of dead horses, hanging out, smoking, playing cards.
That sounds a little bit on the nose.
Right. So I will be right back.
Before we take this break, I'm gonna move these corpses out of the way so that the cart can get through.
Oh, perfect. And as you move them out of the way, I will clean up my map. There we go.
Motion
Right,
for
cool. I'll be
Avo
right
to
back.
come play cards with me next to the cart on a bench I pulled out from it.
We'll do the same.
I'm gonna take this 10
I will
go get a
on my break. I'll
Yep, same.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay, Remus, real quick. Did you get that email, the invite I sent?
That I did.
Accept it. Make an account on Roll20 if you don't, because I can't do anything with your character or anything until you're actually in the game.
I am actually in the game.
Oh, well, then my shit hasn't updated. Okay, so let me get you a character
Yeah,
sheet. Have you ever used Roll20's Character Mancer?
Negative.
Okay, it's super easy. Try to do it as quick as possible. EMUS, Player's Journal, all can be edited and controlled by Remus. Give me a picture of what your character looks like so I can make a token.
Yes.
You have a character sheet now. Up. First things first. On the chat bar you've been seeing, there's a little settings cogwheel. If you click that, enable advanced dice. Make sure that's checked. 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice needs to be checked.
Okay.
And then, hold on. Oh, that's where I do that for everybody. I'm going to do that later. Down under chat avatars, player video / avatar size. If you click that and put names only, it opens up way more of your screen. Most people prefer to play like that. Completely up to you. And then down further, under the broadcast options, I want to broadcast to others and I want to receive from others. You're going to disable both of those.
Okay.
All right, and then it looks like a newspaper icon. It's called the Journal on that upper settings menu. It's not in the cogwheel. It's its own little tab. You will see a blank character, like Facebook-looking profile thing with the name Remus. That is your character sheet. If you click it and hit character sheet, an option should pop up to use the Character Mancer. Click it.
Okay.
You hear Avo? All right, we're gonna
I pretend.
converse in chat while they talk.
Actually, you've got this pretty much filled out already.
Yeah, it's just translating it from one to the other, hopefully.
Yeah. Let me... I might be able to do this quicker. Hold on.
Okay.
Why is the Character Mancer not working?
Yeah, I use
you're all right.
D&D Beyond.
You're getting it. So, like I said, try to hit that as quick as possible.
Yep.
And then I need a picture so I can make this token. We're gonna be doing this on the fly, so you're gonna have to role play while filling this out.
Yeah, shit, I can't even.
27 point by the way. I don't roll for stats.
Yeah, I was doing 27 point
Okay,
on that
cool.
one.
Cool.
The only reason why 2 of them came out higher than 15 was because of my race.
Okay.
That's how mine worked.
With that, we're gonna keep going. As soon as Remus gives me a damn picture of his character.
I'm having a hard time finding
Well,
one.
he knows that.
It honestly, it can be the most default picture in the world, and then next week we can actually flesh it out and do something. I just need something to make a token with.
Yeah, I get you.
This is what happens when you're late.
Hey, I spent $300 on this computer, man. Or
Oh, no,
on this computer part.
right. What's your favorite color for your background of your token? Or not your background, your border?
Red.
Try not to use red. That'll work. Nobody's red yet.
And I will send you.
You care about the shade of red or just red? Darker, lighter?
Darker, like kind of like a red, like the picture I sent you.
Pink. Make it pink.
Perfect. Pink, make it pink.
What was I put? Fuck.
How much of that do you want in the token? Do you want like full body or like half? Keep in mind that as I squeeze things, it might start to look funny.
Half. Or half
cool.
the top.
Perfect. Shit, come on, Discord. Where? You good with that?
It's good to me.
Cool. Save. So, as you guys are sitting around playing cards, Amadeus, you're off to the side of them. You were smoking, but your eyes are kind of like a milky white as you're more tuned with your raven right now. As somebody, where's everybody at? Like, you guys all around the horses, or did you go back to the car? What?
We're all at the cart. We're exactly where we are on the map.
Okay, cool. So,
If you read the chat,
guys...
we're conversing while you guys are talking. So.
Oh, cool. Let me catch up then. I'm sorry.
We're keeping shit going while you're getting him going, all right?
All right, good. Cool. All right, so as you guys are conversing, you're playing just a common card game to the realms. You and Avo. Cog, you're in the back. You're kind of rustling through the cart, kind of getting that itch again as per your character. Like, man, maybe I should open up some more of these crates. Cog, you would be the first one to hear just running footsteps coming down the road from where you were. What do you do?
Well, I turn to see what the hell it is.
So as you turn, you notice somebody in what kind of armor do you wear? Leather or chain? Chain. So as he's running, you hear the same sound as Riyadh when he moves, just chain links rustling and heavy footsteps. As he breaks into the sight line, Remus, what do you say? For the adventure hook, you were hired by, I don't know if you heard my beginning spiel at the start of the campaign, you were hired by Gundren Rockseeker to deliver provisions to Barthen's Provisions in Phandelver. It is a rough and tumble town. You slept in and did not meet up with the other adventurers as they left, knowing the route they were taking and looking at a map inside of Neverwinter, you've seen where Phandelver was on the map. You've been hauling ass, and this is the first time you've actually caught up. The party's been traveling for about half a day now.
I speak to them in Latin because I am hysterical and confused at the moment.
I don't think anybody speaks Latin.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, so Avo, you in your conversation, right as you're saying damn right, you just hear from behind you just a wild, I don't know any Latin at all, so I would literally just roleplay it gibberish. And you turn and notice a familiar face.
I look toward. Go ahead. I look toward him, and I say, "Evo, friend!" And I go up to him and I put out my hand like for a bro handshake.
Nice.
Something tells me they're friends.
You just directing that to everybody, or like Riyadh, or just to yourself? Riyadh, you definitely heard what Amadeus said. Amadeus. Amadeus. I literally, every time I go to say your name, I have to sing it in my head. Amadeus.
I kind of chuckle and just say, seems he keeps odd company.
Remus, go ahead and describe for everybody else what your character looks like, please.
He is a 5'10", very pale man, no beard. He has a scar like right on his nose, goes down to his lip, his bottom lip actually. He has blue eyes and he looks kind of grizzled. Like, you're surprised he's awake, kind of grizzled.
Nice. Anybody saying anything, doing anything?
Ask his name. What's your name?
I look at him and I say, well, I am in fact Remus Gallus. Who are you?
Cognizar. The greatest thief of all time.
Taking notes.
I look at him and I say, I doubt that.
Now that we know it,
Anyway.
he should probably change his sheet so we can see his name.
I'm doing that right now.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of shit on the fly here.
Be like that.
And while you're
Yeah.
at it, you should go to Google and look up scimitar pronunciation.
Oh.
Scimitar.
Ooh,
Simi.
ouch.
Scimitar.
I
No,
couldn't
you're fine.
resist.
No,
Every time
you're
you say
fine.
scimitar, I'm gonna have a stroke.
Any 5-year-old who's ever played RuneScape knows how to say scimitar.
Well, apparently I never played RuneScape, so
But
there we go.
anyway, go back to the matter at hand. I walk up to Remus and Avo, and I look at Avo. Can he be trusted?
I just have one question. He gets his own 10 gold, right? Not cutting into our profits.
Everybody gets their own 10 gold for delivering the provisions.
Very good.
Can you scribble notes?
The more the merrier.
Hog's inability to trust.
Yep.
So we can trust him. Make sure he's on time with things next time.
Ooh.
I look at him and I say, we in the Legion pride ourselves in keeping each other's backs more than being on time.
When he references Legion, do I know what he's talking about?
What city are you from, Remus?
Backstory.
Do you have it already?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I had it
I
in
don't.
the.
I'd say I'm looking at the character sheet in Roll20, not the one. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I will give you an answer here in a second.
Before anybody realizes anything or remembers anything, I look at him. Having our backs and being on time are one and the same. You've already missed one fight.
Oh, cool. No, you have never heard of the Legion.
I don't know what this Legion is, but they apparently don't teach the ability to wake up on time. You look disheveled, friend. Take a breather. We're waiting. We'll fill you in on what's happened.
I start speaking in Latin, and from the sound of it, he's not hiding it. He's cursing some people.
So all you guys hear is just a whole bunch of gibberish as you continue to give him shit. Yeah.
With side glances at people.
About this time, you guys hear the distant calling of a raven as... why did his name not change? Comes back and lands next to Amadeus.
Ah, friend, you've returned. What have you seen? And I'll like a tiny piece of my ration and start feeding it to my raven.
He gladly accepts it.
Caster's
Gives you kind of
back.
he gives you an affectionate peck right next, like on your shoulder. He doesn't want to like bite into your cheek or anything. Affectionate peck. Did you make my survival check with his stats?
Yes, poor. It was an 8.
It was an 8. With advantage because he's
Oh,
flying.
thank God.
Yeah, he's flying. He can see way more than if he was on the ground. I forgot to say that.
That's better.
That is much better. So, let me find where I'm at here. So, as you sent your raven off, you noticed that around in this area, a makeshift camp had been made. And there was nothing of valuable that your raven could see from the sky. It was just some really nasty bedrolls and stuff as he had perched in a tree to look down at it. You had been checking into his vision every once in a while. As he's back, you're kind of connecting with him on that arcane level, and you're getting information that he had gathered. So you know that there was a camp here, and near that camp, you notice... Where the fuck's the... The creatures have been using this place to stage ambushes where I had clicked for some time. A trail hidden behind the thickets on the north side of the road leads northwest. Your raven also noticed that a dozen goblins have come and gone along the trail, as well as signs of 2 human-sized bodies being hauled away from the ambush site.
Say what now? Friends, there appears to be a camp nearby. Goblins, about 12-ish of them. And I believe 2 humanoids being carried off. We did not see who, we did not see what. But my intuition tells me it's probably the previous owners of those horses over there. As I point to the dead corpses of horses.
Yeah, and thanks to Avo's searching, he already has knowledge and told us about it was the horses from our benefactors.
Well, as much as these old bones hate walking, I think we must.
So you guys have decided to follow the trail? What are you doing with your wagon? The trail is too narrow for the wagon to come with you.
Someone's got to guard it.
You're going to leave a party member behind?
I mean, it's going to disappear if we walk away.
Not necessarily. There's plenty of foliage and everything. You could tie the ox up and try to... Since you guys are new, I will give hints. You notice over towards here that if you guys get enough of the shrubbery that's on the ground and stuff, you could probably hide the cart pretty well with some checks. Things like that.
What do you say, guys? Hide the cart. Go check. All right.
We either hide the cart or send the sneak thief off the scout.
That works as well, whichever you guys choose to do.
Yeah, I can go scout if you want.
Do you feel safe in doing so by yourself? So-called greatest thief?
Damn straight. Don't forget it.
So, Cog, you're heading off alone?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Floret, make sure he doesn't kill himself.
So, you now have a raven. The raven flies over, lands on your shoulder, Cog Nazar. Kind of gives you an affectionate peck as well, having helped its master in the previous battle. You start heading off down this trail. Move your token to the ambush site where I posted up. You guys move the wagon to where you want to hide it, and then let me check some stuff.
For the sake of mechanics, the Raven's just helping him.
Yeah. Stop fucking with your sheet for a second, Keith. I'm looking at something.
Shit. I was gonna change something or edit bios, but okay.
So it would be that one and that one. I need 2 of you. I don't care which 2. Whoever's wanting to hide the cart, so not Cog since he's off doing his other thing. One of you makes a nature check, the other makes a survival check to try to hide the cart as best you can.
I'll assist with nature.
Okay, and then Riyadh, you can help them to give advantage, which Avo didn't need it. Jesus Christ, that's like your 4th one.
So you said a nature check?
Yes.
Someone's got to wait to die.
If you wish.
With advantage, because Amadeus, you'd be helping, or Remus, right? To hide the cart.
I'm helping.
Yeah, so with all of your guys' efforts, you successfully move... the cart's a movable token, Amadeus, since you're the driver. Since Amadeus is the driver, I'm giving him the ability to move the cart.
Good enough.
And then I'm going to add, under the treasure section in the cart, is going to be provisions for Barthans. And that's all the boxes and stuff. You guys can add stuff to the cart if you want, remove stuff. But the treasure for the cart token, Amadeus, that you're in charge of, is where you put that stuff, if you add anything to it. Cool.
It's under my treasure, got it.
All right, so me and Cog's gonna go into a different channel. You guys can role play as you see fit. Move around the map if you want. Spar, I don't care. If you spar and take damage from each other, that will transfer to what we do next.
You want a long rest while we wait for him to come back?
You just had a short rest. You want to burn your 1 long rest for the day? You only get 1 a day.
Considering I'm out of lay on hands.
Talk with your party. Talk it over. If you end up wanting to take one, let me know when we come back. Cog, you and I are coming.
A long rest is 8 hours, so I would doubt that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But at the same time, we don't know how long he's gonna take to get back. If it takes any more than 8 hours, we're gonna have to chase his ass down.
I'm saying we should probably join up with them.
Yeah, we'll finish up here. Remus, come help me cover this.
Yeah,
Caster,
he is
did you make sure the ox is tied up properly? I said Caster.
But yeah. So, now I neglected to mention, ask. You sir, and I point to you, Remus. Your name, Remus, occupation, legionnaire, something along those lines. Yes.
I fought in a legion, if that is what you're asking.
And you, Riyadh, I believe your name was. Name, occupation?
Riyadh, Waterdeep Military.
Oh, yes, I've heard of your kind. Nice. And you, sir, what's April?
Are you watching through the Raven's eyes as this is going on, or are you in your eyes?
If it's within 100 feet, then yeah.
Yeah, it's within 100 feet. So, Amadeus, you're coming with me.
If we need him, we can signal to him. He should come back to his eyes. Long enough to converse with us.
So as we're sitting there doing all this, I also lay out a sheet and I say to Riyadh, in asking apology for being late. If you want to rest, you may.
I appreciate it, but I've already had a small rest. There's work to be done. Maybe next time.
And I look at you and I nod, and then you see me pull out a token or something, and I go on the mat and I start praying in a language of Latin.
I wander off behind the cart a little ways, find a stump in a small clearing. Oh. Never. I find a small stump in a clearing. I sit on it and start mumbling to myself in Orcish while pulling out my great sword and my javelins, and I sharpen.
I'm gonna move. My character down there, since he would want me to take a point.
Friends, I have
Yes, Caster.
seen the Voraf, or more simply, the Ravens told me. There's traps along the way. He's disabled a couple, and he's continuing on. I've lost sight of them now. He's outside my effect. Quite a few eyes, yes. I'm sure one trap, more, 12 goblins. It would be a shame if he got jumped, although he's moving quite stealthily. But
Did he give us any indication as to when we should be moving towards him, or should we just start heading that way now?
hasn't said a damn word.
As you guys are talking it over, I roll back up the mat and walk back over to you guys and say, we move now?
Probably good. Let the DM know. We're gonna start following now.
Alright, before we start following, let's organize. Who wants to take point?
You see me automatically take point with my shield in hand.
I ain't taking point.
Caster, you stay in between all of us. So, Remus, you will take point, followed by Avo. I'll follow behind. I want Caster in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, just be kind of in the middle of it. It's gonna be like a weird formation. Because grids.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll start heading that way.
How far are we going to move?
How does this
As I was about to say.
how does this work when we're doing stuff like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs.
I was going to say, yeah, we might want to ask the DM what...
Say so. I have
what
30 foot of movement each round, but
Alright, he's aware. Just give him a second.
How do you...
Nice shot, boy.
it's your speed.
How do you select the speed again?
So it'll be like a
Are you guys
ruler.
walking? Are you guys walking normally or stealthily?
In the...
I'm walking normally.
Fuck it. If he's doing it, I ain't doing anything special.
Okay, so everybody's walking normally. I'll be back.
We don't have anything like Remus and I have chainmail, for fuck's sake. We can't be quiet. I'm 275 pounds carrying 130 fucking 5 pounds of gear, man.
If I'm not mistaken, chainmail does give disadvantage on stealth.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't worry. We'll fix that one day. Mithril.
Yeah. That and enchantments.
So, I'm not gonna make you make another check on that because we're just gonna use the previous one. Other people. Amadeus, did you fill them in on what he did with the...
I did. That he
Okay.
saw the one trap and he hasn't seen any more. It's from that point.
So as you've already made it past the snare trap, and from ahead of you, you guys hear what sounds like rocks crashing down. And it kind of makes you speed up a little bit. You're not sure what it is, but it was a very loud noise. And as you speed up, you come a part of the trail and you notice Cognizar climbing up out of a pit that has now formed in the middle of the road.
What haven't you gotten yourself into, Tizzy?
So we'd all be up like next to him now?
Yes, you are all with Cog now. Oh, you don't have to use... We're done with this map. This is all theater of the mind.
Oh,
right?
okay.
This is theater of the mind right now.
Hey,
Okay.
this just let us.
Yeah, do you booze?
It's immersive. Let us have this.
So, I see if he has been injured in any way or if he needs help.
Make an investigation check. Or Cognizar, you notice him looking you up and down. You can say something if you'd like.
I'm good.
He says he's good. You can still make investigation if you'd like. He climbed out on his own. Yeah.
You can check for skin cancer if you want.
As you look him up and down, you notice his clothes are kind of dirty. His hands and undersoles of his shoes looking muddy and he's kind of wiping his hands off. And you look over and see that in the bottom of this pit there are actually spears in it as well, sticking up. And from that investigation roll, you get the feeling that he literally, like a spider, as he was falling, just arms and legs out and caught himself. And that's where the mud and the dirt's from. Looks fine, though. Not bleeding anything.
Is he still in the pit right now?
No, he's out. He climbed out on his own. He's very, very dexterous.
He climbed out as we walked up.
Yeah, he literally, like, shuffled up. Investigation.
I look at him and I say, may not be the best, but you're pretty good so far.
So as you look down into the pit's not that deep. Holding your body over it, you can actually get closer to the spears, and you're within like arm's length away from it. You reach out a hand and you're touching the blades. The blades are very rusty. They don't look like they're in very good condition at all. You're not even sure if it would have done that much damage, because when his weight fell on it, most of them probably would have snapped and just in states of decay. You don't notice any poison.
Tetanus is a bitch, yo.
Hmm.
I said tetanus is a bitch, yo.
Right.
I was gonna say I got my Tdap. Yeah.
Mm. Curious. Where are you heading next?
Probably
past-
towards
sorry.
the corpses.
That was a cue for me. Past the pit, the trail still goes straight. As far as you can tell, it goes straight for a little while. You guys can walk down it or rest or whatever you want.
Something tells me this trail is not the safest.
Very deep, luscious forest. Like you guys are like in some like Lord of the Rings type forest shit where the treants live.
Very
Like,
untrodden.
dark, yeah,
forest.
like it. You guys feel like you're in twilight. It's not dark. There's some sun peeking through and everything, but the only reason there's a trail here is because the goblins have been using it frequently and have made it a trail with just their passing. It's not paved, anything like that. It's kind of like a hunting trail. Yes, from lots of traffic. But on either side of the trail, I mean, just luscious forest, bushes, anything you'd see in like a normal type thing. Unless you're proficient in like survival things like that, like if a couple of you have been in the military and would have been in things like this or around things like this, you know how to navigate it without twisting your ankle and shit, and you could help the others who aren't do so.
Though, if I may make a quick observation, friends. We heard that. I guarantee you the 12 goblins roaming the woods probably heard that as well. So I don't know what you wish to do about that.
We should either back off, find a place to potentially ambush them, or back off, make camp for the night, because we've already been traveling over half of a day.
Suggestion. How far are those corpses?
What corpses?
The goblins.
There's no goblin corpses.
Back where we
Ones that we
followed.
killed.
Oh, back. You guys have been walking along the trail for easily 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so that's no level. Well,
Oh wait,
Okay.
there is no human corpses that were on the horses?
No, there's trails you've been following of like blood along the trail and the well-wornness of the goblin, but you have not came across any bodies yet.
I thought the
Oh,
ravens
oh,
were
we've-
all corpses.
No.
No, all we've seen so far from the horses were drag trails. So bodies being... We don't know if they're dead, don't know if they're alive.
So they could
We-
be anywhere. So
we-
why
yes.
are we even out here?
you want to set an ambush. And the Raven did spot 2 humanoids being carried off.
Yes, and the Raven did see, like, with the information the Raven has given as Amadeus, and I'm sorry, do you want me to give this to you privately or to the party?
I'm more than likely just going to reiterate to them, so save
Okay.
some breath.
Yeah. So the Raven would have reiterated to him that the trail goes on for a solid hour and a half before it comes out onto a small creek with a cave opening that the creek comes out of. It noticed that the bodies that were being drugged by a group of goblins went into that cave, and the Raven did not go into the cave from there.
So it's still another 45-minute walk to get to that.
It's about 45 minutes from where you're currently at right now to get
What
to
time
what
of day is it right now?
as you look up at the stars, what you are
Well, if they're
seeing
stars, then
and
we're
everything.
fucked.
You look up at the sky, it's twilight. You can see some stars, but there's still some daylight. It's getting late.
Well, shit. We should
Trap.
probably camp then.
Yeah, we've been traveling for half of a day, plus our battle and then this expedition. So we either back off, make camp, and ready for a fight tomorrow.
Should we take 45 minutes and go all the way back to the wagon and camp there? Or just camp in the middle of it?
I also add, if we go back there, we also expose what we just hid, so they may find it.
We can also sit here and wait for them to come. Because like I said, they probably heard that. They're going to be around the corner, not too long. It's only about, 40 minutes walk to the cave entrance?
Yep.
We kill their reinforcements, and then we assault the cave, if there's more in there.
I say we make camp, but we also keep an ambush position just in case.
Oh, like no fire and 2 people on watch?
Oh,
Good.
fire.
I will be first.
Okay.
Everybody find a position that they can sleep and hide in at the same time if you're not on watch.
I'm going to need to know who's on watch and who's sleeping. So a long rest is 8 hours. There's 5 of you. Divvy it up. 2 people could be on watch at the same time if you'd rather, or 1 person on watch, and we'll go from there. Riyadh, are you taking watch first or sleeping first?
I've been the most heavily injured. I'm taking a nap.
Good. That's good. Good.
How long would it take for me to rearm the trap?
The pit trap?
Yes.
You said
If
it
I'm
wasn't
helping.
very deep, so if somebody helps, I'd imagine not
Do
long.
you have trap knowledge?
Well, it's 10 feet deep.
Yeah,
No, probably not.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, you can try. If people help you, you'd be more successful. It's
Could my time of military campaigns dealing with barbarians and their traps help?
yes, absolutely. You
I
also
will be
have
helping.
a stealthy thief who could probably help quite a bit with this.
Yeah, I'll take first watch as well, and whoever was helping me, we can rearm the trap while we're
So-
watching.
Okay.
Here's my suggestion. The week you take your nap. Remus and I are quite fresh. I mean, he ran a while, but we're quite fresh. We'll rearm this thing. We'll build a campfire here, make a dummy, see if they'll take the bait and fall into their own trap. Well, I guess I can stay up the entire night because I am quite fresh.
I say it sounds like something those dirty persons would do. Sounds good.
So if I'm making a impromptu hiding bed, do I have to roll stealth?
Not all of you. If you're trying to set up an ambush camp, you're all rolling. We're gonna do party stealth. So there's 5 of you. Successes count towards it.
just kidding.
I was about to say,
I'm
you're
just
not
kidding.
giving the whole party an advantage. Not happening. Everybody make a stealth check. You can give 1 person advantage on it if you think somebody's more apt to fail. Is anybody in heavy armor? Because if you're
I'd
in
like to
heavy
give
armor, you
him-
make that with a
I'd like to
disadvantage.
give him
It's health and Remus.
I will let you give yourself advantage.
Yeah, I'll take my own advantage.
Okay. Remus, when you roll, make sure to do it out of the character sheet because it rolls twice for me.
Character sheet, how do I do that?
So that's 2 fails. That's a success. That's a success. You got 3 successes. So together with Riyadh, Cog.
Did I actually
roll stealth.
succeed?
Riyadh, yeah, you succeed. Are you wearing heavy armor?
Yeah.
Or is it medium?
Heavy.
Oh, you were at disadvantage then.
Pretty
So you
sure.
failed.
I'm wearing chainmail.
I think chain's heavy.
I don't know.
And if that's the case, so's Remus.
Equipped. Item type
I'm
heavy.
looking. Yeah, so Remus and Riyadh, you would roll that with disadvantage. Avo, you're wearing heavy armor as well, aren't you? Isn't yours chain? No, yours is medium. Yours is medium, so you're fine. Riyadh's a fail. Remus is a fail. Okay, you guys aren't. So as you're setting up this camp, you're trying real hard, and like to you guys, you're thinking, "Shit, we're the greatest at this. This is awesome." And every single, did you roll, Yeryemya?
Yeah, I used the bird to help myself.
Okay, Jeremiah, everybody's like patting themselves on the back and like, look, we can set this here and everything, and they're thinking it's great, and you're looking around and you're like, what the fuck?
Fuck this. I'm gonna go sleep in a bush.
Oh wait, my stealth failed.
Yeah, you rolled a 9.
Wouldn't I have advantage since I'm within 5 yards of people? Or
No, that's for sneak attack.
oh, sneak attack.
Yeah. No, that's sometimes even with proficiency and expertise. That's how the dice roll, man.
I'm confused about how advantage works. Like, wouldn't it, since there is nobody
Advantage
around,
is
advantage work?
Advantage is one of those if somebody's helping you, or you have a tool that's helping you, or you're in like your environment. But since you described to me that you're a thief, and most thieves operate in cities and stuff, if you were making a stealth check in like an alley or something, I'd probably give you advantage because it works towards your backstory. But with you being out in the middle of the fucking woods, like, not so much.
So my military career means absolutely.
Okay, so I'll take that into consideration and say that that would drop the disadvantage from your heavy armor and the roll would be made normally. But even so, everybody else rolled low enough that you had 2 successes and 3 fails.
I'll say, with my experience, the Romans never ever were stealthy. So
No, they just fucking, we're here. This is what we're doing.
we polished our helmets, for God's sake.
Yeah.
The caveat to that, though, is that they were heavily used to dealing with people that were stealthy, so they
True.
might be able to have picked up some shit. So,
Well, I'll
That's
give you guys.
that's neither here
I'll
nor
say, right. This is what happens when it's party stealth because you guys have a lot of heavy armor wearing. Keep that in mind for next time. They're goblins though. Like, they're not the smartest. Yeah.
So I get to take my nap and heal up and get my lay on hands back, right?
Yes. Everybody, so you're the first one. You need to take at least, like, I'm going to say for the sake of this, 4 hours of a long rest to get your resources back. So between the watches and everything and all that happening, by the end of it, you'll get it back. Since you're the first one sleeping, the first people sleeping get their resources back. The first people on watches, if an encounter happens or something happens, you don't have your resources back yet until that's done and the combat's over and you take your rest. So who's on watch? Okay, Avo. Is it just one person, everybody else sleeping, or is there not?
I'll also keep watch.
Okay, so Amadeus, everybody else sleeping?
Mhm.
Okay. For the sake of this is going to look familiar to some of you. I didn't think you were going to try an ambush because this is players. It's great. So I'm going to use a default map that I already had set up.
Yay.
Seems now.
For the sake of this, all of this shit around here is heavily foliage. Use your theater of the mind. This trail is not here, nor are these ridges. Think of this as the ridge in between is the actual goblin trail. Off to the sides of it is the heavily forest. We'll say that up here is where it opens up in towards the cave. Down here is where you guys came from. For the sake of things, if you want, this can be the camp you've made. Or over there, I don't care.
I was gonna say,
Draw shape.
for posterity's sake, probably over here where we can actively see bushes and shit.
Can you guys see that box I drew?
No.
Negative.
What's the box?
Son of a bitch.
Probably on the wrong layer.
Yeah, definitely on the wrong layer. Fuck it.
Avo, Cog, and myself are missing on our things.
What's missing? Oh, your names. Yeah, I gotta fuck with that. Hold on. I'll
Also,
get it.
For some reason, I can't access my character sheet.
You
It got
can't?
closed down.
Alright, hold on. That's where
I
the
see
pit
now.
trap is.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, my idea and design is that we've made a small campfire right on it, and then we have made a dummy like using my cloak or something and wrapped it over like a stick frame.
Okay.
Yeah, like facing so like away from where we think they're coming from.
Okay. Remus,
So-
you said you can't access your character sheet?
Yeah, because it got closed down, and I went back there, and it won't even let me.
I have access to it for whatever reason. I also have access to Avo and Riyadh's.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Remus, try again.
Because I click on my name and then should come up, right?
And then click on. You got to actually hit the character sheet tab.
Oh, where do I get to that from this?
So in the journal, or if you hold shift and double click on your token, it'll open your character sheet. And then instead of bio and info, actually hit the character sheet tab.
You said shift and double click?
Yeah.
I only get options, I get 3 numbers, and then I get a change the color or whatever.
You shouldn't even be able to do. Oh, you're on the edited, I think. Try to access it through the journal.
That's what I was trying. And I click on my name, nothing comes up.
Fucking weird.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh roll 20.
Okay.
Anybody else having issues with their tokens?
Negative.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the names disappeared, but
I'm fixing that right now because I don't have it set under your actual token settings. I'm having to do it on each map because Roll20 fucking hates me.
do you pay for it? Might be
I do.
Where they screw with you unless you pay.
I pay. I'm pro. I'm not. Or I think I'm plus, not pro.
I see.
And so what was the way you said to roll so that way you get 2 of them?
When you're on your character sheet, what are you trying to roll for? Just anything? Anything you click on that character sheet will roll for you.
All right, cool.
And it'll roll it twice. Like, for example, just click something so we can see if it works. I don't care what. Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Yay!
Great.
Thank you.
Yep. So, Amadeus and Avo were on first watch, correct?
Yes.
So, both of you make perception checks, or one of you can make a perception check with advantage if the other's helping. I don't care how you do it.
Bird?
Oh, you have a bird, so both of you make perception with advantage. Fuck it. Oh, shit, where's your bird?
The bird. He's gone. He died.
There we go.
Rip bird.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ. No, you rolled a 20. You rolled a 20 plus 2 plus 1.
That's weird.
Good. Roll down.
Roll 20, the longer it's open, the weirder it gets. Like, no joke.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
just clicking it'll disappear.
I think they just rolled at the same time, so it only shows the first person's roll.
Yeah.
I see both of them. So there you go.
So, 3 hours pass by. It's gotten very dark. You guys are not using a fire. It's a little chilly, but nothing that would affect you in any negative way. 3 hours goes by, and all's quiet and good. You gonna wake up next watch?
I'm still good to stay up. I mean, it's not like we've been adventuring for like 2 hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you travel. You got to remember, you guys started off early in the morning down a main road, and then you got to this it's still a road, but not as nice as like the main trail you were on. You were traveling for a good half day, 3/4 of a day, and then got attacked by goblins and have been walking down a trail. If you're getting what I'm trying to hint at.
Yeah. Next watch.
I walk up to Avo, tap him on the shoulder, and I say, "Go to sleep."
Who else is with Remus? Who's taking? Is it just? Oh, I mean, Remus can take the watch for this time, and everybody else be asleep. Oh shit! I moved your shit. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I am having a coughing fit, so I just missed.
You're what, Cog?
I'm having a coughing fit, so I'm kind of missing what's going on. So.
Oh, you're fine. First watch went by with nothing happening. They are now waking up. Second watch, Remus was up and took over for Avo. Do you want to take over for Amadeus or stay asleep? I mean, you guys can get away with one watch. It doesn't matter. Or one person.
I'll take a watch. I think 2 is better than 1.
Okay, so Cognition wakes up. Go to Amadeus. Tell him he can go to sleep. I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, you can go to sleep.
Perception checks, both of you,
Perception.
or one of you with advantage, however you guys want to do it. If you both rolled your... Okay. Why? Again,
I was about to say, yeah.
he's urban. He is
Yeah,
very
so
urban.
he's out of
Like,
his element here in the forest.
Yeah, but I have dark vision.
You do have dark vision,
That is
but
true.
it just means you can see in the dark, whereas Amadeus needed
And
light. Which,
I'm
by the way, I
helping-
forgot you needed light, Amadeus. Remus, I believe you do as well.
Yep, that's why I'm helping him since I
Okay,
assume
so-
that he can.
All right, so for this time, I'll retcon it and say that instead of taking your roll, you help Cog. Cog, that gives you advantage, so your perception is a 19.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, about 2 hours into your guys' watch, Cog, Remus is staying unnaturally close to you. You're urban. You'd understand that. People of his race don't see too well in the dark, whereas you do. You don't get the feeling that he's scared or anything. You just think he's near you because he can't see a fucking thing. Let me...
I even look to him and say, I can't see a fucking thing.
There you go. And
Reputation
as he says that, you guys hear a rustling from this direction.
Oh shit.
Oh, what are you doing?
Shit.
So-
I guess I am gonna stealth and see if I can figure what the fuck it is.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. Did you let Remus know you heard something? Because he was helping you. He hasn't heard shit. He can't see nothing. He has no idea what's going on.
I did have a clarification I wanted.
I'm gonna give him a tap, let him know I heard something. I'm gonna go check it out. Tell him to stay put, don't make any noise.
Okay. Remus, what were you wanting clarification on?
So, assuming that you're going with the rules, if you go to sleep, you have to take off your armor, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I did
Well,
not.
You guys are on an ambush camp, though, so unless you specifically tell me you're taking your armor off, I'm not going to give you exhaustion for it because you're staying in a battle-ready state. Like most people in the military can tell you, they can sleep with their full gear on. It may not feel like you've gotten a very good night's sleep, but it's enough that it makes you go. I won't give you exhaustion, but since I understood that what you guys were trying to do is still stay in a battle-ready state while resting.
So, understanding that the tap, I sit there, but I keep my ears open in case something happens.
All right. Waking anybody up, or are you off on your own, Cog?
I mean, it could be an animal, so I'm probably.
Right.
Actually, shit. I'm trying to think. Before I go off, I tapped him, let him know there's something out there. Like, I'm gonna whisper to him that if it's something more than an animal, I'll like make clicking sounds or something so that he knows.
Okay. Make your stealth check.
So,
Nice. You are very stealthy. Move as you see fit.
alright.
Remember, this is not a ridge line like it shows on this map. This is flat ground. It's not difficult terrain.
And I can still move 30 feet then?
Yep.
So I'm gonna move up here. That's
As
about where
you-
said it was, right?
Yeah. As you get right there, my creature's stealth was terrible. And you hear loud talking in a gibberish that sounds familiar, but you don't understand. In a very... You don't understand what the fuck they're saying, but that's what you hear.
Does it sound like what we were fighting before?
It does. And it sounds like there's multiple.
Oh shit. Alright, then I'm gonna make some clicking sounds so Remus can hear me so he can wake people up.
So you guys hear that? And Remus, what are you doing?
I am. Okay, so I'm going to clarify that I did not have my armor on.
You did have your armor on.
Well, I mean, I took it off when I went to sleep, so that way I'd be more stealthy as well.
Say it so you still have your armor.
I walk over to them and I tap them on their shoulders to wake them up.
Okay.
I say, shh.
There you go. Okay. What are you guys doing?
Remus, what did we hear?
It's clicking sounds, and they're not good.
Hold on. One moment. Like what kind of clicking?
The kind that are a signal from the gods that something bad is happening.
As you're saying that, one of the goblins come into the area.
Oh. I got this.
Is he heading towards the trap?
He is heading towards the trap.
Did we reset the trap?
The trap was reset.
Okay.
Not very well, but it was reset.
I will cast Prestidigitation on the trap location, making small notes of music playing.
Very smart. So that's going to change up what they had originally.
And along with that, I will also make it in the air a faint smell of cooking meat.
As all of this is going on, I'm going to move up next to Remus within sightline of the
You
trap.
guys are not in the initiative order, so you can move your tokens as you see fit. Remember that where the foliage you are in is where it ends. So keep that in mind. As this goblin gets to about here, he stops, and you guys see him go, food? And at that time, he crouches down and it starts approaching very quietly and slowly. You guys all see him trying to do this, so he's not hidden from you, but you get the sense that he's trying to, as you notice 3 more come in from behind. They start whispering amongst themselves, and they're all... You can't understand because nobody speaks Goblin. This one will come. And as he gets to right there, you notice him looking around, and he looks confused. And he looks at a tree, and he looks back, shrugs his shoulder, and takes a step forward. And as he takes a step forward, that definitely triggers. As he falls down and impales himself, I gotta see where the damage is. It was in my other handout. Whose idea was it to reset the trap? Amadeus, right?
Yes.
Take inspiration, D6, to be used whenever. That was a really good idea. You're readying your crossbow? All right. Anybody else before I kick off initiative?
The next thing I'm going to do is...
Yeah, I have a spear in hand waiting to redeem myself from earlier.
I'm assuming since there's no light now, I'm not going to bother with the crossbow, so I ready my sword.
No, there was a campfire you guys made on the pit.
Oh,
it's fallen, but this area is illuminated. Like them spears are on fire
all
now.
Of that's on fire.
Yeah, like all of that's on fire. This goblin is very, very dead. Like fell into what became a burning pit. That area is very illuminated.
How much light around that area? Like how far out are you giving us light for? For those of us,
it's like a roaring bonfire. If you remember when I described the spears and everything, they were brittle and dried out, and there was a bunch of. That's a big ass.
We can't really see these guys for less than 20 feet. So yeah. You see everybody.
Are we still in the dark in the woods though?
Yes, Cog, you rolled a high stealth. You can go wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So what
we're
I'm
here,
do?
we're all in shrubbery and behind trees and shit. So
I'm going to again use Prestidigitation, and on the goblin's face, I'm going to have a very vibrant orange fire pattern just right on his face.
The one that fell in the pit. That one. Can you do that with Prestidigitation?
How's your interpretation?
Let me read real quick. Yeah, it says you create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, and you wanted just like an outline of orange on his face and stuff?
Yeah, I'm basically bright colored tattoos that weren't there before on his face. If the others notice. Get closer to examine.
Okay. So, as this outline starts to appear on this goblin's face. These two on either side of him shriek very loudly and start darting. One's coming towards you guys. The other one is moving this way to get away from this one. As that happens, I'm going to kick off initiative. Make sure to click your token as you roll initiative, please.
You have the tracker up to do that.
Boop.
How do you roll initiative?
I'll roll stealth with disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor. You took your... Oh, wait, no, never mind. You're right. No, it does not matter at all. You're trying to be stealthy and no.
Question, how do you roll initiative with this?
Make sure your token is clicked and then open your character sheet at the top of your character. At the top of your character sheet next to your speed, it says initiative. If you just click that, there you go. Is that everybody? I got that.
Let me see if I can do this for the ring real quick.
Check
it out! You have my real one.
So that's going to be a 2 on the ring.
Shit. That's a thing.
Maybe.
My real one came out exactly the same number. And that made it.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Go ahead and take a piss break, get something to drink. Take 5 guys before we actually kick this off.
I get to go pick on my daughter for 5 minutes. I think she might be passed out in the other room. I haven't heard her. Alright, I'll be right back.
Yep. I'm going to sort out my turn order here.
Yeah, I tried DMing myself, and
I'm not the greatest at it, but I really like playing, so I don't care.
Listen, you're better than I was.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that'll work. We're still on the right layer. Yep. Whoop.
The irony was I was actually going to call my character Legionarius.
Nice.
But I was like, let me actually give him a Roman name.
I think everybody... No, I need to... Oh, wrong button. Fuck. There we go. Now everybody's where they should be. I'm going to go smoke since people are bathroom breaking. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Chicken or piece of pizza. Welcome. So yeah, Avo, I mean, Alex. Yeah, so fucking fans were annoying to put in because like the cable management's so fucking bad that, or the space in it's so bad that you can't really manage the cables that well. So we had to like put it through little nooks and crannies just to get it out of the way. And Stefan was like, I'm going to have to take your GPU out to put these in. I'm like, no. I was like, that GPU has not moved in 2 years. You are not fucking taking that thing out because that's not going to be back in 30 minutes. Oh, shit. Also, I had a idea that we could do about the Star Citizen thing that happened. We could give Keith the opportunity to collect a couple bounties. I think that would help him out a bit. Yeah. You don't even get to fucking check to see if the Nova fit. Hey, that did not say illegal mission. They need to actually label them illegal missions. It just sounded like, oh, claim jumpers. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. We're going to go kill the claim jumpers. No, we are the claim jumpers. It's like, oh, fuck. Hey, what the fuck? Oh. Let's see. I'm like trying to order a pizza and it's like, have me order 2 pizzas. Also, yes, I am having a hard time speaking. You know why.
I'm back. Do I have everybody? Sound off? Here, not here?
Remus is here.
Cogs here, Remus,
I'm here.
Riyadh, Amadeus, Abo's here. Cool. So, you guys are going to get what's called a surprise round because the goblins were not aware that you were here because they rolled super shitty on their perception. So, you all get to move once and take your actions normally before the goblins get to move. We start at the top. Amadeus, what are you doing?
I have both.
Huh?
Fireball.
Oh, this one is... Hold on. I gotta change something real quick. You are considered frightened. Where's my frightened? Yeah. It's almost like he's done this before.
That's not like I'm doing 5 years. Moving on.
You're right.
I've never had a good idea when I play.
It's like I said, this is the group. I wanted to make sure we had at least one good, or not. I don't want to say good player. You all are playing fantastically right now. An experienced player who is, and the class he chose was perfect for what he's doing. I was so excited when he rolled what he did.
I'm excited. So I'm playing in a game that's gone for 2.5 years. We just hit level 13.
Jesus.
Now, yeah, we've been doing XP from day one.
I hate XP.
It's been an adventure. I just got Firestorm as a cleric.
Oh my god!
I cannot wait.
For comparison, I've been playing for a year with 2 different campaigns, and we barely made it 1 level because our fucking DM is a piece of shit.
That sucks. DM. It's hard to find a DM that you click with.
Oh no, I've known him for years.
Not feared or whatever.
Huh?
So the guy in the middle is not confused as to what the fuck, why is everybody running from him or whatever?
No, he doesn't know there's anything on his face.
Okay.
It's a sensory effect, and he chose like a sight effect. These two seen it and are like, what the fuck's going on with my buddy, as they just watched one fall into a pit that caught on fire. Like, now all of a sudden he's glowing and shit. Like,
Amadeus, you could have...
Sounds like a target to me.
Right?
You can just
I have a javelin in hand.
Eyes.
I've had a javelin in hand waiting this whole time in the bush. And he's got a glowing target on his face.
Amadeus, what are you doing with advantage because they're all surprised? Two of them frightened.
That's a firebolt to that fucker up there.
Alrighty. Roll firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits.
Vapor. Oh, no.
Wow.
So sometime, boys.
You guys see Amadeus raise his hand, and whereas you've seen like baseball sized and softball sized, he throws his hand up real quick this time and didn't really take the time to channel the energy or anything. And you guys see a golf ball sized firebolt just streak out from his hand and hit the goblin. His where it hits him in the shoulder, it leaves like a little small black burnt spot, and he
Roman candle.
Here, let me show you my luck. Watch this next one.
That's your luck.
Get him out now.
You was talking all that good shit about my throwing ability. What's up with your magic? I'm reliant.
Wow. Avo, it's Europe. This guy's like real close to you. Okay. He's still surprised. You're still like stealthy. Like you're still getting an attack. Well, not really stealthy, but you guys surprise them, and he's very frightened. So you still get advantage. 16 hits as you pull your longsword out, two-handed. You guys see him. He keeps them over his shoulder, grabs both of them, and swings down forcefully. Cuts deeply into this shoulders. Into this goblin's shoulder. He's. Why did you roll twice? It rolled twice. I'm taking the 5, by the way. No, again, roll 20 gets weird the longer it's open and the more maps you start using. Yeah. So. Alrighty. Cool. Riyadh, you're up.
I'm gonna truck a spear at this bitch.
You're determined.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
am.
is very determined.
I will redeem myself.
With advantage because surprise round. And he's glowing.
He's a target right now. I gotta hit him.
That wouldn't necessarily give advantage because it's not fairy fire. Keith, you're not having luck with that javelin.
I'm just gonna fucking sell these things at the next chance.
You try to line this javelin up, and this time you're taking your time, and you let it loose. And this whole time, as you're lining it up, and you're thinking to yourself, "I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him." You forgot how deft and nimble these things are. As the javelin comes out, and at the last second, the goblin, almost like it was divine intervention, ducks his head down as the javelin soars over him. Anything else, Riyadh?
Rushing up next to him.
Cool.
Brace myself for the ass whipping to come.
All right. Remus, you're up.
So, upon seeing my comrade go balls deep into a goblin, I decide to do the same to the same goblin, and I rush up to attack him
Almost.
With my short sword.
Roll your short sword attack with advantage.
So that's just going to be short sword, clicking that.
Yep. That's a cool game, huh? 21 definitely hits. Roll damage.
Then do I just click the damage type or?
No.
In the chat box, you'll see it says short sword. If you hover over it, turns red. If you click that, it'll roll damage for you. For 4 piercing damage as you're running up. If you guys ever want to flavor your own shit, by all means go for it. If not, I'm gonna keep doing it. Go ahead.
I can do it. He sees me approach with shield drawn, and I'm moving up in like a fast fashion. Looks like coordinated. I come up and I stab at him, screaming in Latin, "I invoke thee to die."
Nice. As you stab out, anywhere in particular you're aiming?
Question: is he dying? This?
Oh yeah, he fucking died.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm stabbing straight into his skull.
Cool. So you guys see, in very coordinated moves, he steps up, short sword comes out, pierces him straight in the middle of the forehead. The sword doesn't even stop at all as it pierces straight through his brains, and he just slips off the edge of the sword. Remus gives it a little tug to help get it out so it doesn't get caught, and he falls over quite dead. Oh no. Any other movement or anything like that you would like?
As I'm
Oh.
checking, so I already used
I don't
10
think you have
feet.
bonus actions yet. Yeah.
And I got 30 feet, right?
Yep.
So I move to here. Move to here to also brace. Get ready to brace next to Riyadh.
Alrighty. Cog, you're up. Oh, it's under.
So I am still stealthed. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to move right up here next to this guy in the middle, and I'm gonna jam my rapier right between his ribs.
All right. Rapier attack with advantage.
He gets hella advantage.
Yeah, that definitely hits. As your rapier slips right in between. Oh, roll damage. I almost fucking killed him without even seeing the damage because sneak attack's crazy. Yeah, I was right.
Yep, he did.
As the rapier does exactly what it was made to do, it slips right through the goblin's ribs, and you feel it nick right onto his heart, right where you're aiming. You pull your rapier out, and the goblin just, without even a squeak or a peep, because it didn't know it was coming, just slumps over, very dead. Raven's turn.
I will turn to my raven and say, hey, could you help my old bones make sure I hit that fucker?
The raven gives a little as an acknowledgement, and he's gonna head over towards the goblin, or he's just helping. He can stay near you to help.
Yeah.
All right. So at that, we go back to the top of the turn order, and before you take your turn, Amadeus, from that same part where the other goblins came from, you notice a bigger looking goblin with much better armor come out onto the field and just start yelling in gibberish, pointing at his comrade and then pointing towards you guys. He is no longer frightened.
Give him a
Well,
tattoo.
Well, little Florette, it appears we have a new target.
Yeah. So then we go back to the top of the turn order. No more surprise round. Amadeus, it is your turn.
Which boat? On to the big fucker.
Ooh. Spell slot time. Did you add Witch Bolt to your character sheet yet?
I did. Should do
Oh,
this
cool.
automatically.
Yeah.
I think I just...
I'm sorry about the call of coughing, guys. I don't know if you can hear that.
I cannot actually, but that is
Not at all.
quite
Ooh,
okay. I need
This
to-
hurts me. Does a 15 land on that, big boy?
It does not. Does it have to? I can't remember which bolt. It has to hit in order for it to connect and tether, right?
Yeah, make a range spell check on hit, target, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it has to connect.
Okay, so it's not tethered or anything. You guys see this? I don't even know how to describe Witch Bolt. I'm gonna say like green lightning.
I think it's like Darth Sith. If I remember.
Okay, so in a very Sith-like motion, you see Amadeus raise his hand, but instead of like the flat palm you guys have been seeing him use his firebolt with, you see his fingers stretch out and streaks of lightning shoot from his fingertips and head out towards this creature that none of you have ever seen before, I don't think. Most of you are city-born and not outsiders, right? Remus definitely wouldn't fucking know. Okay, you might
What I've
Go ahead.
read about this, considering my occupation and trade.
make a history check.
Would I know anything about what he's doing because
You
of
would.
mages and
No, you don't know what the fuck Amadeus is doing, like spell-wise, but you definitely know what this creature is, Keith.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
you guys-
Raven, you want to hell? I can't do it.
Avo, you've never came across one in your travels. Amadeus, you've never read about them. Keith, you know exactly what this is with your military background. It's a hobgoblin, by the way. Keith,
Yeah,
if you want to
that's-
relay
that's
that.
what
You
I
don't
was
know its,
guessing.
you don't know
If
any
we're
of its
fighting
weaknesses or
goblins,
anything.
Why wouldn't that be a hobgoblin?
Yeah. You with your military background, know it's a hobgoblin. Typically, leaders to small, like goblins, have a hierarchy.
A small band
Hobgoblin,
leader. Yep.
yeah, hobgoblins falling about the middle of it. It's all about strength. So you get the feeling that this hobgoblin's probably leading these other goblins. So back to Amadeus. These bolts of lightning streak out, and right before they're about to hit the goblin, they fizzle out. Saying anything, Amadeus?
Ah, shit. No, I should drink my Wheaties.
Am I allowed to bark any kind of like commands with my charisma to teammates when it's not my turn?
What do you mean with your charisma? Like, are you trying to order them to do something?
Yes.
You can, like I said, combat is, I've told you how long it lasts and everything. I'm not the type of DM that says you guys can't talk amongst each other and everything. Just keep in mind, each turn's about 6 seconds. So you can say stuff to one another, even if it's not your turn, to try to like talk and add flavor to the combat and stuff. Critical information I ask happen on your turn though.
Okay, so like I couldn't direct people to kind of like organize our shit off my turn?
Nah, on your
Okay.
turn. On your turn, you can, not off your turn. As
Okay.
like right now, so for context, you could shout out, even though it's not your turn, holy shit, that's a hobgoblin, it's the leader, and I'd be okay with it. But if you were to look at Avo, Riyadh, or whoever's Avo's next and look at it and be like, make sure you attack the leader first, that's a no-go.
Okay. So, hypothetically speaking, I could shout out, that's a hobgoblin, he's mine.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm definitely gonna shout that out. It's a hobgoblin, that one's mine.
Okay. I run.
Are you using your movement? Yeah, you are. Now, remember how I said actions do have consequences and words are part of actions and things? It is the goblin's turn. He hears you shout that out, narrows in on you, takes a short bow out. Oh, that's a hit.
I have protection,
Who?
fighter protection. So
Oh, okay. Holy
and
shit.
he's right next to me.
Do you,
And he's got a shield too.
yeah,
I brought out my shield.
I don't
My
see that on
boy.
your I don't see that on your character sheet. I thought fighting style protection.
Fighting style protection. Yep.
When a creature,
When a creature you see attacks a target other than you that was within 5 feet of you.
Nice. So he attacks with disadvantage. Very nice. And a 16 meat does not hit. So your buddy just saved you an arrow, by the way.
I've taken plenty.
Yeah, you have.
That's all
The goblin stretches out the string. Where the fuck did Amadeus? Oh, there you are. For some reason, I couldn't see you on my map. I was like, what the fuck? Where'd you go?
Invisibility.
Sneak.
Okay, to me.
The goblin pulls back on the string, lets loose the arrow, and it soars right past you, Riyadh, as the goblin had, like, he was darting in on you, but then Remus just took his sword and slammed it against his shield, making a loud bang, which startled the goblin and messed his aim up, so the arrow soars right over you.
I appreciate that.
Goblin, with his movement, is going to head the fuck away from your guys' big-ass group of people, because goblins are flighty as fuck. Avo, you're up. Yeah. Smack, smack. 17. Definitely hits. Roll damage, two-handed with 9. As your long sword's still out, you take it with your two-handed grip, and you just slash horizontally, taking the goblin's head clean off its shoulders. Slumps down. Hobgoblin's looking at you, looking pissed. Points it. Yeah, he points directly at you, looks at your other party, looks back at you and goes, "That was a mistake." Anything else? You still got 10 feet of movement? Yeah. Ooh. No, you're just pretty much taunting him. You're not really intimidating him into doing anything. Like,
He takes 1 point emotional damage.
yeah, pretty right. Riyadh, you're up.
I move up next to him while readying my great sword in hand.
Hey, using the weapon he's born to use.
I can't believe he's been chucking fucking javelins the whole time.
I get next to him, and I raise the great sword above my head, and I swing it down as hard as I possibly can.
Sorry, I had to check his AC. It's not been a good night for you, Keith. As
I'm rolling like shit. This is
Yeah.
awful.
it happens. Let me
Wait,
see what.
would I technically get any kind of advantage because he's looking directly at Avo, not paying attention to me?
I mean,
I don't
it
think-
doesn't. It doesn't matter because I take the 15, and the other roll was a 13.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
I mean, both.
I'm
still
assuming
missed.
his is similar to mine, so...
Raw.
If you remember when I described him, it looks like he has nice armor on.
That's what I mean.
So as you raise this great sword up, and you go to swing it down, the hobgoblin who was focused on Avo, in very militaristic fashion, snaps over towards you and snaps to you, all focused there. You see no hesitation or anything as he quickly unsees a longsword with both of his hands and catches your strike midair as you guys are holding there sword to sword.
This one's gonna be fun.
And with that, are you staying? I'm assuming you're staying
I'm
right
staying
there.
right here.
Yeah. All right, Remus, you're up.
So I gotta ask it, is he illuminated? Like, is he in the illumination of the fire?
No, he is
Far enough
not.
away where he
It
would
would-
not be.
It would be like dim light around. He's like in the shadows. So if you attack with a ranged weapon, gonna be with disadvantage since you can't see.
But can I assume that he's there so I can attack? Like, not range, but go over and attack.
Yeah. I mean, you clearly
Okay.
seen what direction Riyadh and Avo went. You've heard them bantering back and forth.
So
You
yeah,
hear
I
the
move.
clanging of our swords as he caught
Yeah.
mine. So
Yeah, you've been listening to like the battle, things like that.
So I
There you
move
go.
to there and I attack.
Alrighty. Short sword. 12. So as you
No, those
And-
are 22.
Huh?
This is 20.
no,
Why would it be a 20?
that's with initiative. You don't have initiative.
Or you
Left-
you don't have advantage.
Oh, sorry.
So with advantage and disadvantage, when you roll, even though you're rolling twice, it's just easier instead of everybody making 2 rolls every time I ask for advantage. I make everybody roll twice just with 1 click. I always take the left number. If I say
I
you
get
have advantage or disadvantage, I take the lower number. Advantage, I take the higher number. That's how it works. Cool. So with a 12, you, in a very militaristic fashion, very Roman legionnaire. You guys have all seen Gladiator or Troy, right? As they're like sprinting up side to side, making themselves a small target in case they have a ranged weapon. He comes up and stabs out with a short sword, shield raised ready for a block, as the hobgoblin moves the long sword away from Riyadh's great sword, and as the short sword's coming in, he bangs it aside, short sword missing completely.
As I miss, I say, how about you come have some of your own size, big boy?
Ooh. How many of you does it take to even hurt me? Cog, you're up.
Yeah. Shit.
And I want to say, why don't you ask your wife?
You guys are all pissing off this guy pretty bad.
I guess I'm gonna move. I can move between my teammates, right?
Yep, without it being unfavorable terrain, because again, allies would step aside or make room for you to come in without trying to impede you.
Well, far as I can go, so I will move that far, and once again, rapier.
Yep.
Straight to his neck.
All right. 8 does not hit. You guys are learning a valuable lesson here. So
RNG does not like us today.
as your rapier comes out towards his neck at the last second, you notice a glint of metal, not realizing he's wearing a cough. it hits the chainmail of it and deflects your rapier straight to the side of it instead of piercing through it like you're used to. Anything else?
That's all I can do. I'm good.
Alrighty. It's the hobgoblin's turn. And if I remember correctly, Avo, you're far enough away that... Did you take a step back?
No, he stepped back from the previous kill.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then, okay, I see now. And then because of your feet, it wouldn't, yeah. Yep. So he's going to take his longsword and he's still glaring at Avo. And you can see he wants Avo bad, but Cog's in his way. And you see him take a step forward, like he's about to swing it at Cog. And then at the last second, he turns to strike right for Remus, the last person who attempted to hit him with... Cog tried. He's trying to be sneaky, fasty, and strikes for Remus. Two-handed longsword. Your AC is way high. Holy shit, that doesn't hit.
Yep.
So as he's bringing this longsword down, trying to catch you by surprise, you just smirk a little to yourself as you raise your shield up, and the sword clangs on it solidly with a loud bong.
I reply, shall we keep track of who misses who?
Ooh, he's done laughing. He's not smiling anymore, and you see him just.
I have a big smile.
It is the Raven's turn, whose name I forgot. I'm sorry. Florette, and I need to change that so I remember.
He's off to help Ava.
Alrighty. Off to help Avo, which then makes it Amadeus's turn.
Move back up 30 feet.
You guys go in bed.
That's okay. Oh, you're smart, because he would have had cover if you wouldn't have moved there. Since
And
all of your
we're going to
allies
use
are
a different cantrip today.
Ooh.
We're going to use Sapping Sting. He needs to make a con save.
All right. I don't think I've ever seen Sapping Sting. Is that
It's
Tasha's?
No, and apparently it's in one of the modules.
Okay.
Apparently. I was going through the list and I was like, oh, that one's interesting.
He rolled a 3 for his constitution,
All
so
right,
I'm
so
assuming that's a fail.
Happens him, yes, he doesn't need to fail. He takes 1d4 necrotic and falls prone.
1d4. I'll let you roll the... Oh, he falls prone.
It's like
He takes
oil.
one neck.
Okay, that's cool.
Hold on, I need to move him so I can see his health. He takes 1 damage. Then I'll move him back up.
Flat on his ass. Have fun, boys.
Ooh.
Okay, and then I will move him back to where he should be. And he is prone?
He's not prone.
Okay. Oh, no, we'll do that one, not this one. There we go.
Sit on your ass, big fuck!
So, and what's the spell called?
Called Sapping Sting.
And I'm just going to flavor as like a little fucking thorn comes out and stings him.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys see Amadeus raise his hand once again. Well, most of you see him. There's a couple of you that can't see a damn thing unless it's like 5 feet in front of you.
Just Roman, leave me alone.
Hold on a sec. Oh, it's a save. Never mind, because I was about to say that would have been at disadvantage, Amadeus, because you can't see shit. But you know where your allies are, and it was a save, right? Instead of an attack. Okay. So he failed horribly. You guys don't see it because of how tiny it is and how dark it is, but the hobgoblin definitely felt kind of like a mosquito bite on the side of his neck. You guys see him reach up and slap at it, which digs that stinger in deeper and causes such excruciating pain to him that he drops down to all 4 knees. And you guys not really sure what happened because you can't see what Amadeus did. He's in foliage and how dark. You seen him slap his neck and then fall to his hands and knees. They're dead. They don't get a turn.
Y'all reference
Evo.
lobby chat. This is what y'all are about to do to him.
Like, I don't know if you guys have ever attacked a prone enemy, but holy shit, here we go.
Oh, get advantage.
Longsword, I'm assuming, with advantage. Make a persuasion check. No, it's not works how it doesn't work how you think it does. It's your roll versus his roll on something like this.
Tested yet?
I'm gonna use that. I rolled high. He shakes his head and I'll never surrender.
Boot to the face will be persuading enough.
With advantage. When you meet an armor score, you miss. So as you swing down,
But wasn't it you beat it?
huh?
You beat it.
Is it? I thought it was if you get exactly. Oh no, you're right. If you meet it, you're right. I'm sorry. It's getting late. No, it's getting late. Yeah, it happened. It happened to you guys. They met it and it hit. So that's 9 damage. You angled your longsword down, and in a coup de grace moment, stabs straight down, and your sword actually pierces through his back and out the front of his chest, kind of pinning him to the ground. He screams out in pain very loudly. Normally I would do it, but my kid's behind me trying to sleep, so I'm not gonna. Blood is just pouring out of this wound, even though your sword is still in it. You lift the sword up out of him, and he's breathing very haggardly, blood everywhere. He's already prone. You're trying to pin him to the ground? Yeah, fuck it, I'll allow it. Yeah, I mean, that attack hurt him very bad.
He has no say in this matter.
Yeah, I'll allow it. He's now pinned to the ground with your sword, still stuck through him. Yeah. Anything else? Alrighty, Riyadh. Come on, buddy. You can do this. I don't think you've hit anything all night. You using a javelin?
Yeah, at this range and this, why?
He could.
I could use it as a not throwing thing, but yeah. I'm good. No, I
have to give you a little shit.
I lift my greatsword up to his neck, and I ask him, "Do you want a warrior's death?"
He what's check something. Yeah, you see him actually lift his neck a little higher to make it easier for you as he's looking you in the eye knowingly, military to military. You get the drift of, yeah, he's willing.
That's just for
you rolled. No, with what I just described, yeah, I was about to say he is very willing. He's gonna let it happen.
I'm only aiming for his neck.
You flavor it.
As he raises his neck, I lift my sword above my head and make sure I take him out in one fell swoop. His head gets lopped off and rolls off into the darkness. His body falls silent.
He is a dead. Combat is over. Congratulations.
I'm taking his armor.
Used to be a stormtrooper.
He has an AC of 18. They're hard to hit. Not a lot of health, but they're fucking hard to hit. He has chainmail and a shield. Yeah, and a sword stuck through his back. There's also a long sword and a long bow.
I want his armor and shield.
It's a normal long sword. It is heavier than the one that you use.
I used that.
Because
martial weapons and simple weapons is what I'm proficient in.
Yes, you can use a long sword if you like.
No, the bow.
Long bow, yeah.
Alright, I'll take his bow.
I'll say 10 arrows as well.
Right.
No, bow will use your dex, not your strength.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'll have it on me if we find somebody that wants it later or sell it.
He says he's done with that fucking javelin.
So I go over to the goblin I killed. and I search him.
Couple copper. I'll say 2 copper, and I'm going to mispronounce it and make Cog have a heart attack, stroke. How is it pronounced, Cog?
Scimitar?
Scimitar. He has a very crude-looking scimitar on him and a bow that is just beat to fucking hell. And
how many copper?
2.
2.
They're goblins. They're not very rich.
Does the hobgoblin have any cash on him?
Hobgoblin's got 5 silver on him.
5 silver. Everybody gets 1 silver.
All right.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Could I chop off the goblin's finger?
Yeah, absolutely.
You making a fucking necklace, you weirdo?
Hey,
I do that.
You don't fucking know.
But all right. So what did you say I got from this dude, armor wise?
You got he had a set of chainmail.
Is his
which
just
I
better
think
than mine?
No, you're wearing chainmail, aren't you?
Yeah, but his armor class. Oh, he had a shield.
He has a fucking shield.
Yep. So I'm not taking that chainmail, but I'll take the shield.
Anybody want the chainmail?
Wizard doesn't use chainmail.
That's 55 weight that I can't afford.
I'm gonna do something I normally don't do and give you guys a little tidbit of advice because I have a bunch of new people. Chainmail's worth money, quite a bit of fucking money.
Well, fuck it, I'm taking the chainmail.
Say, you guys have a fucking wagon.
Chainmail, so I could just put 2 here.
Yeah, and it'll add the weight.
2.
I'm going to let them loot the other bodies. I will request that I take fingers from all of the enemies.
How do I add a shield? Do I just type shield?
No, okay, so up on the top of the toolbar thing, next to your journal where your character sheets are, is called the compendium. Anything you type into there, if I have a source book for, which I have the Monster's Manual, the Player's Handbook, the DM's Guide, and a couple of modules. Here soon I'll be getting Tasha's, Xanathar's, and a few other source books. But if you type in that
Let's say I have the books.
shield, nice. If you type shield, it'll pop up. Not the spells. Under items, it's an information button. It's got an eye with a circle, like the little letter I is the compendium, and then there's a search bar. And if you type shield
it's just
into
a
it,
basic shield, right?
Yeah, under items, it's shield. It's not a +1, 2, or 3. It's just shield. Make sure you don't add the spell. You add the item.
Yeah.
Now, since you have a shield now, where is your character so I can remember how to do there? He is. In your character sheet, when you click on stuff, like if you were to click on your Warhammer, there should be an information. There's a little eye that pops open, and then it says equipped, used as a resource, has an attack. When you're not using your greatsword, you have to tell me if you put the greatsword away and pulled out the Warhammer and shield. Pulling out a Warhammer and shield, I don't think that's a free action. It's a free action to pull it out at the beginning of combat. To change from a greatsword to a different set of weapons will take an action. But in your character sheet, if you actually go in there and uncheck equipped for greatsword and check Warhammer and shield, it'll change your AC and everything to accommodate that. So if you have the shield equipped, it'll change your AC to reflect that.
All right, so unless I actively say I have that shield, I just leave it
on your back.
Checked, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So how do I add this?
Add what? Oh, just drag it onto your character sheet, and a box will pop up that says accepting drop from the compendium, and then it'll automatically add it.
Do I drag it?
Drag it onto your character sheet, just anywhere on your character sheet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how am I dragging it. Show.
Here, I'll do it.
I fucking know how any of this works.
And I'm gonna unclick it from being equipped.
Okay.
That way it doesn't affect your. Yeah.
How much does that give?
Apparently just checking it will equip it or unequip it. Nice. You are now at 196 weight, by the way.
Yeah, I'm fucking done carrying things. I'm gonna grab my javelin off the ground, and I'm pretty much toast.
Let me see if you're actually able to carry that much. Oh yeah, you can carry up to 255 pounds, dude.
Fuck.
You're a strength-based character. They shine when people actually use the encumbrance rules.
So you said 255?
255 you can carry right now.
I still got some playroom, like 60.
Okay, so with that, also the other two goblins. Have you guys been collecting these scimitars and short bows and shit? Because if so, somebody better be carrying that on them.
I'm 60 years old, so that's me.
Nobody was.
I only
What'd you
took
say, Amadeus?
I'm 60. I don't carry things.
Okay.
I only took from the one that I killed, but
Okay.
I did go around and collect one finger from each, though. If that's
Add
all
it to
right
your
with you.
treasure part of your character sheet. Fingers don't weigh like anything. So
Is anybody taking this guy's longsword or bow?
Avo's taking it. Yeah, that's gonna add another longsword to you.
So
This longsword. Like I said, remember it's beefier than your other two. If you know what that means. No, it's strength based and not dex based like yours is. Oh no,
if
yeah.
you can't use it,
sells, like,
fork it over.
all right.
I'll use a longsword.
Okay, so now I need to remove a fucking longsword from you.
I'll try to scan long items.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, there it is.
Okay. So that's how you drag. Okay. So I just
There's that. Boom, done. The one that you looted had 2 altogether with the other 2 bodies. I'll say 8 copper between the 2 of them if you guys want to
do I
split it
have
up.
to have
or...
my fucking shit in the actual thing and not on its own window to do this?
What?
To do the drag.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried it the other way.
Right, hold on, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Question,
Remus. I don't Remus.
Yeah.
The,
Go ahead.
Are we gonna be looking at like a breakpoint?
Yeah, we can take it. I was just actually about to ask before we move on. How's everybody doing for time?
I can go however long you want.
Okay. Jeremiah?
I'm good for another.
Huh?
If people have to get off, this is probably a good spot.
Yeah, like the next part that's going into could potentially take up to a half hour to an hour. Does everybody, Cog, you good with a half hour to an hour?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like garbage, but, like, I can stick around.
Okay. So streaming, you good?
Yeah, he's gotta get off.
Okay.
So it sounds like we're gonna only have 3 of us around at this point.
4.
4?
Yeah.
I have to wait on the pizza. I mean, once that gets here, I'm fine.
Okay, so then most of
So
the party wants to move on. I'm only losing 1. I'm gonna keep going. We'll fill you in, or I'll have them fill you in what happens.
yeah, I'll give him some. Well, we'll save it for the next session, but I'll make some like notes in my bio and shit
Okay.
for you.
Cool. So we're gonna. Cool. That'll keep you guys from getting ambushed from behind.
So are we good to take maybe a 15 to 30-minute break real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
While you do that, we can we can just regroup at. Well, no. I mean, we're kind of stuck here, aren't we? Because cave and stuff.
Yeah.
I can
Avo,
join.
Since you're taking off, I'm gonna move you up to a channel real quick before you head out. I always like to, after at least one session, to talk to players, gauge how they felt, if there's anything that I did that bothered you, or anything you felt could have been improved upon, or if everything was fine, stuff like that, because we don't learn and grow unless we do constructive criticism. Anything? Oh, cool. So you were happy with the session then? Oh, cool. You play your character really well. I like it. Don't forget, one of the major things I noticed is you guys could have saved some hassle with the goblins had during the watch you had told me I'd like to make the DC check for my medallion. If it starts to vibrate, I want it to wake me right away. Huh? Goblins? They're humanoids, but I mean, it's a goblin. I'm evil shit, so I would think that your medallion would work for that. Yeah. And I for this sake, with how evil they are and how hated they are and everything, I would probably let your medallion react to it because I've played the game before, and I feel like if goblins were in that game, the medallion would probably react to it. They're very feral creatures. Yeah, exactly. So just keep in mind all of your class features. Don't tell the other guys yet because I don't want to spoil the surprise. But since you're done for the night, make sure your character is level 2 before the next session, because after this next part that they clear out, they're gonna hit the milestone of leveling up, and you're gonna level up as well. Yeah. Okay. Look at your character sheet, add anything that you would get at second level features. I can help. We have 2 weeks. I can help you go through with this anytime before the next session and help you level up. Hit points. I do not allow average to be taken. So you have to roll your hit dice and add your constitution modifier for your hit points. But we'll do that at some time later on in the week to where we can roll 1-on-1. Cool? Yeah, that's fine. Do you want me to put you back in table 1 or are you taking off? All right. It was good playing, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the session. Can't wait till the next one. All right. Oh, it's